say ahead.
Hi, I'm Benzo, and I'm Team Chicken Champions, and we're not clucking around.
I mean, a man of few words. You know, if you're ready to compete, you're ready to compete. Now, of course, we have 4 teams to take a look at. Let's head on over to the Fish Fam. They are led by legendary community and death runner Scissors. You've got Tyler, you've got Zand, and you've got Suzu up on that team. And I mean, honestly, this team is pretty dang good.
Yeah, absolutely. Led by Scissors, one of the creators of the kind of game mode within the creative mode, the death runs. And we'll see what they're going to be competing later on. But Scissors has put together a strong team, and he's a leader too. So I can't wait to see what kind of chemistry the Fish Fam has put together with the rest of their teammates.
Yeah, and actually what's really cool about this is all team members are from different places. Scissors from the USA, Tyler from Canada, Zan from Denmark, and Suzu from Belgium. And funny enough, we actually had a moment to catch up with Tyler, get his thoughts on the competition.
Hi, I'm Tyler H. from Team Fish Fam. My group of players were the first people to qualify for the Creative World Cup, and we got the godfather of death runs himself, Scissors, on our team, so we're definitely going to take this home. There's no competition for us.
Some strong words, some confidence coming out there. So we're going to continue on, and welcome. They're on the floor right now. They're serving it up. It's time for the trick shotters of the Little Whip Warriors, led by team captain Ninja, and they competed on a trick shot map, one of the most unique out of all of them, and they're whipping it up, Zeke.
That's right, man. You've got team members Taco, FaZe Kaz, and Taldex 723. These guys are insane. Now, Ninja, I mean, everyone knows who Ninja is. Taco, he's from the USA. He used to play on console but switched to PC back in Season 4. You've got Kaz. He's also from the USA, and he started playing Fortnite just 2 days after Battle Royale was released. And then Taldex, he's just looking forward to playing games with his teammates. You know, he's looking forward to being here on the stage. Look at how excited they all look.
Yeah, absolutely. Kaz had some words ahead, as everybody else did, so let's listen.
My name's Kaz from Team Little Whip Warriors, and we're the most skilled, the most creative, and honestly, we're just the best.
Well, there you go. Again, just, you know, when you're ready and you're skilled, you just kind of just, hey, it's fine, we'll be here, no problem. Next up, though, we've got the Ravens Revenge. This team is led by Gotaga. I mean, obviously, you guys know this man is the French monster. Teammates Magma, Artier, and Chappie.
Gotaga, who made the map, we talked about it. He actually has played in a number of different things, and we just saw Ninja. He actually once lost 19,000 in a rock, paper, scissors game against Ninja. That is an unbelievable sum of money.
I mean, sometimes these things happen.
It's during a charity stream, so, you know.
Yeah, it's all for charity. That's what this is all about at the end of the day. A little fun fact as well, Gotaga's, his trick and creative map was actually called Elixir City. We kind of talked about that a little bit before the pre-show. We're like, that is a dope name. But, you know, we've been hearing from the players. Next up, we're going to take a listen into Magma and hear what he has to say about being here today.
I'm Magma, and my team, Ravens Revenge, is going to do really good in the World Cup, and we're going to smash the rest of the competition because we have the Battle Royale skills, building, death run, we have it all.
Awesome. We're going to continue forward because we still have a couple more teams. The Llama Record Company is next, and this has some familiar names for the Fortnite scene. Led by Hand of Blood from Germany, they competed on a 4-minute apocalyptic map where they had to survive, so not really a surprise to see Svenos, Carnifex, and Alex JJ there because there are veterans of the Battle Royale format.
That's right, and these guys have been competing, you know, since Summer Skirmish and beyond. These guys are amazing. Svenos has amazing shoe collection. You've got Alex JJ from the UK. He also actually played back in the Summer Skirmish, which was pretty cool. Carnifex out from Italy. And the favorite thing about creative mode is that you can pretty much build completely new custom game modes. You like to see it, man. That's
ridiculous and funny you mentioned that about shoes from Svenos, because when I met him in Poland, he actually was wearing these gold shoes. So we'll see it maybe if he can pick up something gold later. But again, no surprise that this team qualified in the survival map. We're going to see if they were spinning any plans up ahead of the game. Let's find out.
Hi, this is Svenos. I play for DJ Llamas. We're going to win this one because we have 3 pros on our team and a German that is very intense and aggressive for Spandau.
And of course, if you watched during the Summer Block Party, you know Sundown had the tongue twister of a name, and they gave it to me this time. The Sunshine Soldiers didn't mess it up.
Perfect.
Let's go, baby.
Perfect.
That's how we do things here. You've got dual team leaders, by the way. That's Danyan and Ashen from Brazil and Mexico, respectively. Their teammates are Turtle and Stuart. Quad 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. Stuart, maybe.
This team competed on a speed run. They had to clear 100 checkpoints as fast as possible, and the top two joined them. That was Turtle and Stuart, like you said. So very experienced in these type of speed runs, elimination runs, the obstacle courses that you have to get through, the Sunshine Soldiers.
Yeah, for sure. And Turtle specifically, man, he's just so amped to be here on the stage, meeting, his peers, and of course some of the players that are all competing across the world. And we actually had a chance to catch up with them.
Hi, I'm Fortnite, and the Sunshine Soldiers are going to win because we have 2 captains, so we're twice as good.
Twice as good.
Twice as good. We got one more team to join us on the floor. It's my personal favorite team moniker. It's the Loxland's Cuddle Crew, and he's joined by 3 players, MSYB, Clyde Tax, and Sandy from Slovenia. Lockie's Landing was one of the second maps introduced to the creative trials, and it was a beautiful map.
Yeah, man. Lachlan, had Lockie's Landing up for grabs and up for the test of all the players. You can see they've got the matching team jerseys. This ragtag crew is going to be bringing the heat, and players need to look out. Now, of course, everyone at this point probably knows who Lachlan is. From Lockie's Landing. You've got MSYB, Clytex, and Sandy. And again, just a completely diverse crew. Lachlan from Australia, MSYB from USA, Clytex from Germany, and Sandy out from Slovenia. Now, of course, as you know, we've been listening to the players. Clytex had a few words to say.
I'm Clytex from Team Cuddle Crew, and we have the best team synergy. Even though our name is cute, we are gonna destroy them and win this competition.
Man, these teams are insane! And of course, creative is always a pleasure to watch. I think we're going to surprise a lot of these players and you guys at home and here in the stadium with what you're going to be seeing. It's going to be a really, really great weekend, and today is going to be amazing.
Well, it's like the team captain surprised us with their beautiful maps. I'm excited to see all of them, how they contribute to the game. Lachlan, of course, he did have an opportunity to play at the Creative Showdown in June, so we'll see what he brings to the table, what kind of experience he brings to the table in being involved in that first competitive event in Creative.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, for you guys all at home that couldn't make it, we miss you, we love you, but of course, we want to give you guys an outlet to be able to watch the way that you want to. So please, for your viewing experience with real-time stats and different points of view in-game, head to Fortnite.com/watch and choose from this channel a dedicated map channel and 10 rotation options covering a selection of diverse players. We want you to be able to watch the way that you want to watch. Now, of course, Bala, I'm so amped to be here. I could not be more excited. The fact that I'm actually standing still
it's impressive.
is, I think, a surprise to every single person. And of course, here's just a few more ways that you guys could watch everything. You've got the first place, the second place feeds there, all 10 feeds for your viewing pleasure. If you want to see someone specifically, tune in to them, see what they're doing, how they're kind of navigating the maps, you can do that.
That's absolutely amazing to be able
Crazy.
to watch from any POV. And just like you said, Zeke, I cannot believe you're still. I've been in the back room getting ready, and you've been jumping up and down. So that means it's creative time, man. I cannot wait to get to these games, to get inside to the Arthur Ashe Stadium, Zeke. Again, I'm surprised we're standing still.
I mean, if you guys aren't feeling the hype right now, you need to open your eyes because this is it. 10 weeks of qualifiers, 8 weeks of creative qualifiers have led us to this very weekend. The Fortnite World Cup Finals in New York City. We're going to walk away with world champions.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I could not be happier right now.
And not only that, we are outside at the Fan Festival having a blast. Everybody's doing all sorts of fun activities. All the people are getting inside, starting to get ready for the show, get in the bleachers, start watching some creative action, and then later, of course, the pro-am. It's a blast. Make sure you're coming down here and joining us.
Yeah, for sure, man. Now, funny enough, we actually have Pookie, who is standing by. She is chilling with the leader of the Funky Fighters. That is Tamoya, so let's send it over to her for an interview.
Thank you so much, Zeke. I am here with Tamoya of the Funky Fighters. It is so exciting to have you here competing in the Creative Fortnite World Cup. How have you been preparing for today?
I just practiced with my team yesterday and things went pretty good. And we didn't have as much time as I thought we would do, but we played really good, so I'm pretty excited. Yeah.
That's awesome. Team synergy is definitely important. Now, do you know any of the other competitors that are going to be here today that you'll be facing? Do you have your eye on anybody?
The Death Run map, I think, is going to be the most competitive. So, yeah, I'm excited to do the Death Run map, yeah.
So, I mean, Scissors is very well known for his death runs. Do you think you'll have any competition with him?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really hard beating him, but my map was also a death run, so I think my teammates have a good chance.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. Zeke and Bala, back to you guys.
Oh man, the hype is building. Now guys, the show is getting ready to start, but there it is. You've got the 32 players, 19 countries represented across 8 different teams. The Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals are about to begin. You ready?
I am ready, Zeke.
I'm ready to run inside, so without further ado, let's send it inside to kick things off.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? How you feeling today? That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Welcome everyone to the Arthur Ashe Stadium. I'm Golden Boy, your host, and I couldn't be more happy that you guys are here in my hometown of New York City. It's actually quite nice for me because that means I don't really have to travel that far. It's pretty cool. That being said, we have a lot of cool stuff that's going to be happening here today. Not only do we have the Creative Showdown, but we also have the third Fortnite Pro-Am that's about to go down. It is going to be incredible. You got some of your favorite content creators. They're going to take that stage and battle for your entertainment. Now, you know that we saw a few of the players that were coming out here. We actually have one that you all may recognize standing by with Pookie. Pookie, who you got for me?
Thank you so much, Golden Boy. I am up here on the main stage with Ninja. Familiar faces for everyone in the crowd. Let's hear it. How excited are you to be here today at the World Cup Creative Mode? This is something different for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, I haven't really done too much creative, but I've been playing a lot with these guys, obviously, the last 48 hours, and no, I'm really excited. I think we got a really good chance, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Now, tell me a little bit how your team came together.
Yeah, I checked out their clips for the trick shots that they submitted, and they were all, they stood out to me, they were special. And it was just an easy choice to pick these 3 guys. And, like I said, we've actually been bonding pretty hard the last 48 hours. So team cohesion is an all-time high.
Team cohesion, I love it. We should have named you guys the Ninja Trick Shot Warriors, really.
That would have been awesome, but there's no, I mean, there's a ninja skin kind of in the game, so, we could have had, maybe some of that. It's all good. I like the little whip. I love my little ice cream.
And anybody that you're looking forward to facing off against here today?
Everyone here, Gotaga, he's my fellow, Red Bull competitor, essentially, and, Scissors, because he talks a big game. That's it, yeah. Those 2 guys, I'm looking out for them the most.
Well, he does talk a big game. Let's see if he can back it up today. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best of luck. Golden Boy, what do you think?
Well, I think that's pretty awesome because the good news is we got 8 great teams that are going to be playing for a $1 million grand prize in 3 very creative modes, which means today's really all about fun. And who better to have some fun with than none other? You got Monster, Sundown, over at the cast booth. Take it away, fellas.
And boys and girls, Jonesies, Bonesies, and everyone in between, welcome to the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals. I'm one of your casters, Sundown, joined here by Monster. Monster, how you doing today, man?
Doing great. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. 10 weeks of qualifiers, and it's all coming to life. And this is what we're here for.
Yes, after the 8 trials now, what you'll be seeing on the stage will be 4 sets of 3 matches in 2 never-before-seen maps, and a little refresher coming from the Creative Showdown there with Sky Station Showdown. It's going to be incredible.
That's right. So you guys have seen the Sky Station before. Lucky for them, you know, they get to kind of come in here, prepare, kind of prepped up. But there is so much more that is going to happen that hasn't been unveiled today.
Oh, and I mean, it's seeing the adaptation across these sets is going to be incredible, and they're going to get a chance to revisit them at the end with a little remix, but we'll get into that here in a second. Let's check out the overall scoring and how these guys are going to be competing and how they will win. So, as we said, that first set is Sky Station Showdown. Junkyard Juke will be the second one. Set 3 will be a never-before-seen World Run, and then set 4 will be the Golden Games. Now, the Golden Games will comprise of a singular match from each one of the other 3 with, as I said, a nice little remix on it. And the Golden Games is worth a golden llama, while all of the other sets are worth a singular silver llama. How do those llamas add up, Monster?
Yeah, you want to accumulate the most llamas throughout each set. We're treating each set its own individual thing with a couple games in between. So they're going to get a couple runs at it, and you just want to do the best in every set. Get those llamas so you can take it all home.
Yes, now the winner of the set will go through, and in case there is a tie, it will come down to that golden llama. The golden llama will trump all. Now let's get into the prizing, which will also determine a little bit of the scoring. We'll take a look and we'll throw that up there for you. And the way it ends up working is from top to bottom. Each one of these contestants will be winning money. So everyone is a winner in there, but first place ends up deciding that, and this is per the individual matches, and it's cumulative. It won't carry over through the sets, but they're still taking it home at the end of the day. So you definitely want to get in the top 4 to bump up that score.
Yeah, that's right, and that is every game. Per match, we have a big winner. Of course, it's going to be divvied out between everyone competing, but come on, with the amount of games that's going on today, this is incredible.
Yes, that is across 12 of matches total. So tons of chances to win prizes from all of these guys. Let's take a look at the roster and all of the teams who will be competing and give you guys a quick little overview. You can see Chicken Champions led by El Rubius, Sunshine Soldiers, got that one right too, Zeke, with Danyan and Achin representing as the captains, Funky Fighters with Tomoya, Karoku represented by Lachlan.
But we got to give some love to the Ravens Revenge. You can see them up there, Little Whip Warriors. We already kind of touched base with Ninja. Llama Record, which you talked about a lot coming up into here, and of course the Fish Fam, who's going to be led by Scissors.
And these are some of the creative kings. They've been able to go through, run, qualify. A lot of them have had the world run, or not world run experience, excuse me, but in those death runs where they were doing the qualifications, but there are also some combat aspects. So we've seen Sky Station Showdown before. You know, there's going to be a little bit, I don't want to say advantage, but they might be a little more at home when you're actually firing bullets, building out, and trying to get those rotations in.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot underestimate any of these teams. These guys grind, and they all play Fortnite. But let's go ahead and take a look at the format here so we can kind of see a run and how they take these victories.
So now the VIP will be those creative captains, and they have to be the one in the capture point uncontested to score points. They will get 3 points per second in the initial hills, and then the first team to 1,000 points or the highest scoring team by the end. And also, the creative captains will be wielding the Infinity Blade.
That Infinity Blade will be important because they have to get to the capture points, A, B, and C, which will give 3 points a second, and then 7 minutes into the round, point D opens up, where you will get about a lot more, right? 12 points a second.
Four times
that is
a lot.
That is what you want to do. You want to gun for the point D on the map. That's your comeback, or that's your lead taker.
Yeah, you can see a lot change when that opens up at 7 minutes, but now we're going to go in an overview. For those of you who are unfamiliar and didn't get to watch it at the summer block party, we got you. Zeke, catch us up.
This map is a collaboration between Team Evolve and Epic. Now let's break down how it all works. For this very special event, we are bringing you an exciting King of the Hill style game built in creative by Team Evolve. 8 teams of 4 players will start at their home base on the edge of this massive flying city. Together they will push 3 capture circles, racking up points by holding them down for their team. As each team heads toward the capture points, they'll need to protect their team's VIP, who plays a key role in this game mode. If they get eliminated, they'll respawn at the team's home base. The VIP is the only player who can earn points for your team while in the capture circle, earning 3 points per second. They are also the only ones who can wield the Infinity Blade, which deals massive melee damage and enables the wielder to jump incredible distances. It's the rest of the team's job to make sure the VIP gets to the capture circle and stays there as long as possible without being eliminated. With 3 capture circles across the map, teams have to strategize to figure out which point they'll be able to hold. Pay attention to your surroundings, because if lots of teams are fighting for the same point, there could be an open circle elsewhere. Hold up. Did I say 3 capture circles? Actually, there's a 4th one. Partway through the match, the 4th capture circle in the center of the map will open up and will award 4 times more points per second than the others. But with high reward comes high risk. After each match, teams will be ranked based on how long they held the capture circles and earn overall points based on their rank in that game. Those points will be added to an overall leaderboard, and at the end of 6 matches, the team with the most points wins. Let the showdown begin.
Love seeing that and getting a quick rundown on how the teams can go about playing. Now, Monster, I have to ask you, knowing the rules now, seeing the map, seeing the teams, who is your team to watch out for?
You know, early on, I thought the Little Whip Warriors and the Fish Fam were going to do good, but hearing from the Ravens Revenge, Gotaga now, I'm just shifting towards Ravens Revenge here. They've swayed me. Their entrance has really swayed me.
They definitely had a lot of confidence down there in Gotaga. It can be very competitive at a drop of a hat. My team to watch, the Llama Record Co., Hand of Blood, Spenos, Alex JJ Carnifex. You heard him talk about it. 3 competitive veterans and a very aggressive German. That's a combination that I want to see on Sky Station Showdown. Now, we've done a whole bunch of talking, but I know why you guys are here. You know why we're here. It's time to play some Fortnite. The Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals starts right now.
And this is it. We are loading in. Everyone's hopping out, and they are actually familiar with this map. So we're gonna see the strategies off the bat here. Let's see who can take away and break away with that early lead you saw there. Nice wide shot of all of our captains here. And here it is. Little Whip Warriors in the lead off the bat.
Already you can see trades coming out now. A fun fact, the Infinity Blade wielder gets a bonus 100 health and shield. So he's sitting at the 200 mark. On top of that, Siphon is on. If you get an elimination, you get that 50 effective HP back over. That makes the Infinity Blade very hard to take down. They also get those big crescent move jumps to slam down. And as you can see going on the right-hand side of your screen, it is creative chaos all over the place. But now taking in with the Little Whip Warriors as they're able to clean it out, and Ninja's trying to rotate up top.
Yeah, I'm sorry to break it to you, but the Llama Record was completely pushed off of their point. And now we have Ninja who's going in with the Infinity Blade. What a player to wield this one right here. Oh, he's getting pushed back. Notice how he doesn't even want to get eliminated. He wants to do as much damage as possible. But is that effective?
I think you just kind of reset and you go, or you get up there and you start swinging. The 75 damage hit will be able to take it down, and the Llama Record Company establishes themselves right back up. Now, what's going to be interesting to me is how the players utilize their building. You start with 50 wood, and then if you get an elimination, you get 25 wood directly into your inventory. So if you're able to kind of eliminate out and put pressure down, you can get some ridiculous builds, as we're already seeing on top of the blue hill.
Yeah, this is actually a neck-and-neck race right here in the early game so far. Fish Fam, Chicken Champions, and Ravens Revenge are all trading spots at the moment. And Sunshine Soldiers comes right on in to wipe that up and get them out of there. Nice job for Stewart.
And look at the Cuddle Crew across the way, just now getting their first points because they've been contested the entire time, whereas Llama Record Company has only had one team coming up towards them. Another thing to note, let's talk about the loadouts here, Monster. What are they rocking?
They're rocking everything that you can get in the game, from blue tactical AR up to that hunting rifle. So you have the long range, you have the close range, you have the AR. You kind of just pick and choose your battle, what you want to use.
And the one thing you're missing that the Infinity Blade wielder does not have will be 9 impulse grenades. So everyone has a bunch of mobility to be able to get up there. But you see right there, Scissor's able to cut down a bunch and get a decent amount of timing. Let's take a look at the score. Little Whip Warriors climbing up, but it is only a 5-second uncontested lead, and they're building on it. Right now, not a lot of points have been scored, which means when that hill opens up at 7 minutes, it's going to be that much more important.
Yeah, this is going way better than I expected. There is no one dominant team so far. But the Little Whip Warriors are doing so great right now. There goes Ninja, and he does get traded out. Raven's Revenge kind of takes it back over. Will Gotaga's squad manage to hold it down for long enough to get their, points in? Don't forget, he has to clear out the point. If there's someone on it, you're not going to get anything.
Right, and as soon as you're up there, if teammates are not building for you, you're exposed for the entire map. Everyone else is able to see you. You can see El Rubius going in, but the double pack plus the Infinity Blade wielder of Hand of Blood. This Llama Record Company team is looking to go platinum with a great defense of their point.
There it is, very nice. Finally starting to earn some points, trying to break that, triple digit Hand of Blood. Little fun fact right there. His dog Falco is Germany's second biggest dog influencer on Instagram.
That's impressive, but I wonder who the first biggest is now. That's like, is there a statistic for that? Like, do you go down the line? But one thing I do want to note for Hand of Blood, look at the eliminations coming out of the Infinity Blade. Already sitting on 7 and being aggressive. As the more he gets that siphon going, the better he's going to be. But the Chicken Champions come out on top there. No tender defenders are going left. Able to hold the top, and now crawling their way back up there. They're only about, 10 seconds or so behind the Funky Fighters?
Dude, wait a second. Where do the Funky Fighters come from? Suddenly they're at the top here, and the Little Wit Warriors have not managed to earn any points. Sunshine Soldiers looking to kind of ruin that festival up top, but it's Tomoya. We touched with him with Pookie early on. He said, you know what, he chose his players, specifically because they're great at death runs, but it looks like they battle it out too.
They're doing a very good job of making sure they go at the same time. You can see Tomoya here being patient, doing everything he can to try and find an outlet, but he doesn't want to commit before his teammates are there. He's waiting for Kutu. There they are. Kutu coming up with him as well, and the fight is on, but we switch back over to Scissors just chopping it down, but the Fish Fam is a sushi there as the retake happens.
That is actually crazy. Watch him kind of wait there, prepare the ambush. His team comes up and they collapse on the point, and bye-bye Fish Fam.
And notice they had enough mats to completely encircle the top, but the Infinity Blade will be able to come right out. So instead, Tomoya jumps straight up to just stall out a couple every second, because every second matters. As you see, Kutu also on 8 elims right now. The sword players putting in work.
We have a bit of a tie up top. Funky Fighters and Fish Fam. Llama Records so close as well. This is a close one for the run in the top 5 so far.
And I like seeing the Funky Fighters using impulses out of spawn. You get 9 of them, so it's great to throw them off to knock other people off the point, but use 3 to get a little faster. These guys are all very experienced in terms of navigating basically every part of creative and battle royale, so they can use those little quick impulses to get themselves more efficient. As you see Zan go down, Suzu go down, Scissors go down right there as Lachlan is just cutting them apart. But Tomoya, again, the Funky Fighters come out on top with the Infinity Blades at least, so no points going over right now to the Cuddle Crew.
Oh no, the Cuddle Crew does not have the Infinity Blade wielder here, so Clitex has to kind of hold it down for now and wait until the leader, the team captain, can get up to the top. If Lachlan gets there in time, he might be able to, but nope, they kind of lose their point of interest, unfortunately.
And now Gotaga goes up and goes straight back down, not able to catch himself on the edge, so Raven's Revenge gonna have to wait a little bit before they get points, but have full control, and Gotaga unfortunately breaks some of his teammates' build there with the Infinity Blade.
Yeah, you see Chappie. Chappie's from, the USA. His favorite aspect of creative mode is actually 1v1 build fights, so this is why they're doing pretty good right now. And they kind of close it up. Looks like the Cuddle Crew has come back, but the Fish Fam is here to ruin that entire party. Can they shut it down? And Scissors survives just for a bit more.
And again, you see every single time the Funky Fighters go up, it is never a solo person. It is always 2, most of the time 3. They get control and then they immediately box up. But while we've been talking about them, let's check in back with the scoring as we're now right around the 3rd mark and a minute out from that 12 point per second circle. And Ninja's team, the Little Whip Warriors, are Little Whipping all over as Tomoya goes up, comes back down, and the Shing was not enough. Cuddle Crew takes him down.
Actually love that strat. You don't see anyone else really utilizing the dive straight up into the air to kind of disengage off the pressure. Ninja's doing a great job chopping up here. He's already at 8 elims. That, never mind, make that 9. That was Gotaga who went down right there. And they finally get another run at, advancing the lead here.
And they are slaying out, too. Yes. You see every single one of them almost to the double-digit marks. But Taco, hello. That was your head. Yeah, you got to be careful because, hey, if all you're doing is sitting there rifling, that's fine. Somebody's going to take a hunting rifle and make you pay. Lachlan goes up. MSYP is just behind him, and Lachlan is able to take that one over. Kaz is trying to do everything he can, and he does get Lachlan, so good delay coming out from there, but opening up about a 20-second lead. But here we go. 3, 2, 1. Middle point is open. That's 12 points per second, and right off of the bat, we see Kadoku heading towards it. Impulse is going out, and a swing and a miss there with the Superman jump from Ninja. Not quite going to get it as Rubius and him are in the circle right away. Rubius under fire, but Ninja under fire. Who will take it? Rubius has the better sword on the day, and then immediately taken out. This is chaos.
Whoever's the last one here is probably going to be the most successful. But remember, you need your sword wielder. Your captain has to be there. If Lachlan isn't there, it's not even worth fighting for. So Claytex doesn't care. He's trying to pick up that Elim counter. And he's on it. He's playing some good defense there. Down goes Hand of Blood. No points for the Llama record anymore. They actually use that. Just a couple seconds put them all the way back up to second place.
And two of the Kadoku right now have combined for 31 eliminations, but they're not converting it into points. They're currently sitting at the bottom, 189. Little Whip Warriors do still have a lead, but it's already been cut down. And just as I said, with the middle hill, Funky Fighters almost take it away. There it goes right on over. And you see any amount of time in that middle hill is so efficient.
I'm actually loving that little strat right there. They hold a point, then aim out to where these players spawn in and kind of move in from, just kind of pressure them back.
Yeah, so that's when you need somebody with a hunting rifle to start taking shots and saying, hey, pick on somebody else. If you look this way, you're going to have to respawn, because if you can get tags, great, but if you don't convert them and into anything, it's not worth it, as I just kind of stuttered, because Carnifex is sitting on 23 eliminations, Hand of Blood on 14 right there. That's why the Llama Record Company is ahead right now.
Yes, and they were using that 4x bonus on Capture Point D, which is right in the middle. It only appears after the 7-minute mark. So now that we only have 5 left in the game, it's up to whoever can hit that 1,000 first or the timer runs out. But at this pace, I think the Fish Fam, the Funky Fighters, or the Llama Records are probably going to take it here.
Yeah, the Sunshine Soldiers are also racking up points quickly. What's interesting to see is the Fish Fam are pretty much now uncontested, as everyone has tunneled in on that center hill. But once you get later into the game, when you need to kind of go up a little bit more, consistent points end up winning out, because everyone will turn their attention to the 12 points per second. You'll have impulses going down there, random hunting rifle shots, builds 24/7, because they see that tick happening. And look, as I say, all the sword players are down there, 2 of them going off, the attack shotguns being thrown up, walls everywhere, but it doesn't matter. Points aren't being scored right now.
Yeah, they're trying so hard to get all the bonus points that the Fish Fam is just like stealing away the lead right now. But also, remember, if their teammates pick up elims, you get matched straight to your points, into your inventory. So they're able to fortify up there, and that's why they're just slowly growing.
And you can actually fortify to prevent the impulses from going in or make kind of a wall to toss it in. As you see, Hand of Blood picking up his 16th elim, but hey, Scissors is chilling.
Yeah,
Pumpernickel it up, man. Pumpernickel it up. Yeah, let him know. Let him know. There we go. He's saying, hey, you guys, we'll stick to our strategy. Let's see if somebody goes to contest it. There it is right away. They go up, but all 4 of them. You don't want to run into this. They're ready and waiting. They know they have the lead right now.
Oh, he's holding a trophy.
Look, he's looking around, he's telling them to let him know, man, and that's what it's all about. They've opened up a 100-plus point lead, but no contention, because everyone is tunneling on the bottom.
Uh-oh. And I like this now. Now they're turning their attention outwards. Other teams kind of realize, wait a second, they're just up there scoring.
Like, what can you do in this instance? They see the other scores. That leaderboard is running for them. What they have to do, if you're the Llama Record Company, you hold the middle and lock it down for that time. And then the second you get the lead, start running at the Fish Fam. Don't let them come anywhere near any point. Nobody else is going to catch you unless they get the middle. Everyone's attention is there right now. And the Llama Record Company now has the 100-point lead back in the span of just 10 seconds.
It let their guard down one time, and suddenly Llama Record takes the lead, as if Fish Fam wasn't just farming all those points. Nope, Fish Fam no longer have a free point. It is up to everyone to stop the Llama Record Company here, because Hand of Blood has 17 elims, and he's going for the middle now. He's got his team ready. Let's see what's he going to do. Hits the vent, goes right in, nice and sneaky. Oh, he's still waiting. Look at the big brain plays. Comes out the collateral. Crew right there, and it's all his. The center point is his to earn points now, Sundown.
It's so close. It's just a few more
Gotta
takes. That
stop
would be
him.
it. One more goes over, and that's it. Llama Record Co. takes the first match. Hand of Blood, Svenos, Alex, JJ, and Carnifex are your match 1, set 1 winners right there. Incredibly impressive coming out. Well executed gameplay, and they say, Scissors, you can hold that L instead of the trophy. Don't celebrate too early.
It's the World Cup Creative Finals. Every game is worth so much money as well, so much prize. So to take a victory off the bat, you have to be feeling great. And that was your fan fave to pick.
I mean, they had everything going in. They're incredibly confident, but they had to make sure they were able to get it. You can see the last few moments, they'd already boxed themselves up after clearing out the Funky Fighters, who were the only other contestants. The Funky Fighters actually also passed the Fish Fam in the last moment, which is huge in terms of not only the prizing, but what will end up being potentially a llama in the end.
That's right. That is right. Loving his replay right there. The let's goes, the energy is real. You can clearly see the excitement. That was a great game to watch.
It's fantastic. Honestly, I love Sky Station Showdown so much because I think there's a level of depth there, right? Everything is wood, so you're able to like kind of hit through it, and the Infinity Blade cuts through all of it right away. But the Infinity Blade wielder doesn't have the ability to build, needs the support from his teammates. So you saw the people who were roaming in packs of 3 and 4, incredibly successful.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate. The Cutter Crew was like slaying legit so many elims, but not a lot of points. And that's because play that split game, it's not going to work out.
You have to convert it into control. It is a control the point game mode, and if you're not doing that, the other players are going to be doing that, as you saw right there. And what was unfortunate then for the Fish Fam is they got contested twice in a row right after and just couldn't get reestablished. They couldn't group together in those long spawn lines like you were talking about. I mean, they can be painful.
Yeah, you know, I was rooting for Raven's Revenge, man. I might have to jump on the Llama Record Company bandwagon.
Bandwagon in? Really? One match?
Just one, dude.
One match? That was quick. All right, well, he jumps on the bandwagon. We're going to jump on over to Pookie, who has an interview for us.
Thank you so much, guys. I am here down on the arena floor with our champions here. We have the Llama Record Company. Now, have any of you ever played this? Let's go to you first.
Yeah, we had a few training sessions yesterday, and we were totally dominating the game mode. So, I mean, we are by far the best team here, and right now we feel very confident, yeah.
Well, you certainly played, like, you came a little bit from behind there, so your strategy was kind of like to get those points that are slower accruing at the very beginning, and then kind of go into the middle and kind of start dominating near the end. Who made that call?
I mean, that was pretty much me, yeah. Like, we know that at 7 minutes, like, the middle just opens up and you get like 12 points a second instead of 3. So, yeah, we decided to work on that. We weren't that good at first, but we got a strat going. So, yeah, it went pretty good.
Speaking of strategy, are you going to carry that into the later games? You're going to change it up?
We're just going to do the same thing. Hopefully no one follows us.
I mean, now all of your competitors have heard you say that, so we might have to discuss strategy a little bit when the microphone gets turned off. Now, finally, for you over here, how does it feel being here, playing in front of this massive audience?
It feels amazing, like it's just a dream coming true.
Thank you. And for you over here, you've traveled all of this way to just be here, be at the World Cup. Is it surreal? How do you feel about it?
It's an experience. It's really nice. It's
yeah, and we love Spando.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll talk about that. You guys got to educate me on that. Not sure what that is. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations on taking the first game. Casters, back up to you.
Thank you so much, Llama Record Co., Hand of Blood, Svenos, Alex, JJ, and Carnifex taking the very first match of the Creative Finals, the first match on the stage. I mean, it was an impressive format. They clearly had a strategy they wanted to execute on. It took them a little bit to get there, but over the course of the game, they were consistently accruing points.
Yeah, I should have known last night they were going to do good. Saw them on the hotel lobby. They were hanging out, literally as a crew. One of the only creative teams that I saw sticking together like a squad. Should have put my money on it.
Like I said, bandwagon. It took less than one match in an interview, and he was like, oh, yeah, I'm fully on board.
I'm
no
so
problem.
convinced.
Hey, it's all good. This set has been so exciting. I mean, Who are you looking out for? Who can contest them? And what do you think the next step is to shut them down? They say, hey, we have a game plan. We're going to do the same thing. And I agree. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Like, stick to that if you're going to keep winning. But what do the other teams do to now make them uncomfortable? How do you go challenge them?
I mean, honestly, we saw a lot of that team play out of the Fish Fam, right? You wait for your Infinity Blade wielder to come up and then get the team to back them up. You have to work together. And remember, when you catch an elimination, you get mats for it so it can help you build.
Yes, mats and the health back, but the first match is done. The second match is kicking off right now, and we will have a pretty good idea of where we're going. I'm excited to see if they can repeat, and now the second match is underway, and right away you can see some players sprinting out, some opting to take some hunting rifle shots as Lachlan grabs that Infinity Blade and goes straight up. And you can see you can actually make it to the top if you hit the vent, jump, and then jump again. 2 jumps right away. Fish Fam and chicken contenders. God. Awful. Chicken champions. Apologies.
Tenders, chicken what? You trying to eat some
Tender defender, chicken tenders. I know, my fault.
All right, here we are. So this time around, the Sunshine Soldiers actually managed to get some points off the bat. Very good for them, but Little Whip Warriors, same thing we saw before. How to take, a little bit of the first big step here.
I mean, Ninja, it knows those jumps. He's able to get around incredibly efficient, up to the top right away. But the early tack fights coming out, Tomoya able to ruin that one there, but then Tyler trades it right back out. And what really is important here is about establishing control as a team. You want to stay together and just get your momentum rolling as Ninja goes up, followed quickly by the Little Whip Warriors. Ninja goes first, gets 1 elim, gets 2 elim as they swarm from both sides. So Ninja was up 2 from the back, 1 from the front. That was a very well-coordinated retake.
Love how they did that, and now they're all holding it together. Kaz holding down the backside, keeping these players off the ramp. But it's Gotaga's squad who's coming up the top here. It's Chappie, and Gotaga dives right on up into it. And doesn't matter, he just gets taken right down. This is what you need to do here.
6 eliminations already coming out from them. Taldock with 1, Kaz on 4, and then 2 for Ninja with the Infinity Blade, as Taldock is immediately spraying down shots, making it just a little bit more difficult. But boom, there come the hunting rifle shots, and Taldock is taking shots as well. Out of builds and needs to back up and use his team there, and Gotaga goes straight up.
Oh, they need some builds for their backside because they are getting sniped straight out of that spawn point there. It's Raven's Revenge, who they're just kind of gatekeeping at the moment, right? Look at Chappie's like, dude, I can't even go up right now because the team is up there.
It was a good challenge, and he did some damage, but Ninja was all over it. Now already up to 4 elims, opening up a 60-point lead, but have to keep an eye on the other parts of the map as the Chicken Champions are doing their best to hold the top but get pushed out. Kaz finally gets taken down, but 5 elims on his first life there as Ninja challenges Magma. Will he be able to clean that one up?
Yes,
and
he does.
But Chappie's on the other side. Slam goes down right away, but now we're over on board with your match 1 winners, the Llama Record Co. And they're already slaying out as well. 12 elims for them, but 0 on Hand of Blood, which is actually efficient. Assuming he doesn't need the health, will have the sword regen going through, but he can't use the builds, right? So
yeah,
other people need him.
He can't build. He also can't get hit right now, so he needs to be careful because he is 1 shot away from getting taken out here. But someone dives right on up. He has to put that pressure down, and it's the Chicken Champion to make a quick end of him. And it's their turn to start accruing points, but no. Chicken Champion leader goes down there.
Good attempted defense from Carnifex. Was able to trade out 1, but now we have 2 swords up top. Gotaga and Lachlan just trying to beat each other up, and Gotaga comes out the winner of that one. Other Cuddle Crew team does pick it up there. Just remember, it's 3 points when you're standing in the circle. Uncontested, it has to be the VIP in there. When we hit 7 minutes, there is the 4th circle that is 12 points per second.
Yeah, this is definitely very intense for Tomaya here, who again has no health. The Funky Fighters are trying to get that dominant lead they had in that game 1. Can they get it? Ooh, knows he's on camera there, gives a little bit of a taunt. And uh-oh, is he gonna challenge? No, stays back, says, you know what, points are more important right now. He's just focusing in on the points here.
And you can see the Funky Fighters trying to prevent that ramp coming up. It's very efficient to just immediately, as soon as you come out, have 2 team members ramp up into the left or up into the right so you can get up to the first level. However, the Infinity Blade will break that in 1 shot, and you have a ton of rifle ammunition. All of these guys being maxed out on ammo.
Let's see here. These are all the spawn points. You can actually see the banners hanging, so you know if you really want to focus in and kind of shut down a team, you totally can. And Llama Lords are not doing great this game.
No, and this was the double jump I talked about. Ninja goes straight up. That's the first Elam. He's going to be able to point his camera, go up, and challenge as soon as the team decides, but instead, going to save that jump to be more impactful. Raven's Revenge trying to get pushed out right here. Gotaga and crew doing everything they can, but Taldock is going up the back. Chappie gets taken down for Ninja's 8th Elam, and he jukes him out, going straight back up top. Gotaga, does he have the health to take it? First swing comes through, and Ninja goes down.
Yeah, he just needed another Elam to put him back in the game. You got to get that siphon bonus. You don't get the heals. It's really rough, even with the Infinity Blade to heal up, because, you know, the heal time is kind of slow.
It's very slow. You can see the tick going up there. It's not something that you're going to be able to rely on, particularly when other players are getting the siphon off. If they're the ones trading out the shots, they can quickly change HP, and those are long animations. But look at the challenge. The 3 different teams going up, and now it's just the Fish Fam and the Cutter Crew. Lachlan doing everything he can. Zan goes down, but tries to create a little bit of space, eats the headshot from Suzuhu, and disengages.
Cutter Crew finally getting a couple points here. It's been pretty rough for them so far on this map here. Can see this struggle just a bit. The story has definitely been Ninja's supreme dominance so far. He's doing pretty good right here. And even with no health, says, you know what? I'm not going to give away 3 points. Might as well go for it. He was so close.
Yeah, you can see him calling out the whites there on the sword, knowing they only need a couple more shots to get it as we switch back on over to the Cuddle Crew, who've established itself there, but are still struggling to kind of get the points. The first time we're really seeing them all together, but Clydetex immediately gets ripped from the spawn.
Yeah, Lachlan's team needs to represent. There they are. They're finally starting to score it up. He's got a couple of eliminations. You can see X-Sandy here. 16 Elam, so definitely has some Slayers there.
Yeah, they need to figure out their game plan, because they're getting Elams and putting things together. They have solid numbers. They're just not getting the right hill time. Maybe it's go somewhere else. You don't always have to go to the point that's directly in front of you. Go contest someone, or maybe just go mess with somebody at their spawn. Delay them so they don't rotate towards you. Like a number of times, as you said before, you can see where people are spawning. If you want to go deny a team, you can send somebody to deny them. Just know that player is coming back over and over and over with likely more resources than you.
Every single time. And look at this. The Little Whip Warriors approaching that 400-point mark. And in just 1 minute, that new point capture D will be unlocked in the center of the map.
And while they have a solid lead right now, just under 150 points, that disappears in the blink of an eye. That's about 15 seconds uncontested in that middle hill. That's just how valuable it is. But we saw the shift in gameplay that happened. Everybody tunneled it right away, and then the Fish Fam were able to get back up, but after that, kind of cycled it back in, and the center point became the focus and where the win was taken. And right now, Llama Record Co., you said they were struggling at the start. They're doing fine right now in second place, Monster.
They're definitely creeping their way right back up. They're about to hit that 300-point mark there. Here we have Svenos just on the point by himself right now, waiting for Hand of Blood to come on up, hopefully. And again, no surprise, Ninja and his crew has found himself another point.
And the way they've angled this build is brilliant, because if you come up the steps, you're pushing into somebody's right hand, and on the other side, you're blocked off, as Ninja then just drops down Stewart 0-0-0-0, and he gets picked up with the alley-oop from Gotaga, as Gotaga comes up with Magma. 1, 2, 3. Ravens out of nowhere, but the Little Whip Warriors don't care. They're cutting down in 3, 2, 1. You can already see MSYB is down there. Alex JJ down there. Carnifex down there. They're trying to set up control right away. Llama Record go, but the impulses are raining from everywhere.
Hand of Blood really tried to get in there early too, as did every other captain, but it was, to no surprise, not effective.
And you can see that the Chicken Champions are committing to the 3 points right now. Little Whip Warriors as well, while contention is happening down in the bottom. No Infinity Blade wielder is in there, but the steady climb of points coming out of the Chicken Champions is going to be beneficial. But also, just like that, Llama Record Co. is a little bit off the pace. They need to get the center uncontested. However, this game, they have a lot more attention on them.
Yeah, but look, Fish Fam's doing the same thing they did last time, just slowly, or actually, sorry, the Chicken Champions have adopted the strategy.
Fish Fam are doing it too. You can see they're getting 3 points there. So there's 2 teams who are just hanging out up top, no problem. All the other teams are contesting. Raven's Revenge has control of the of one of the other side. So every hill is occupied and full controlled by a team, not being contested. Everyone else is looking at the middle.
Yeah, and it's actually working. The Chicken Champions are right behind the Little Whip Warriors right now. They're almost in the lead here. They just have to kind of hold it down. Honestly, the Little Whip Warriors have to identify what platform they're on and go take it.
Well, this is what happened to them last time. They kind of had a good lead and then stalled out. You need a game plan when the middle platform goes, and you either need to stick to it or, depending on the score, be adaptive. Because right now, Chicken Champions, they're being fine. As long as somebody isn't controlling the middle, they're going to be able to have that lead, and you can send one person to just throw impulses down there over and over. Just be annoying from the top.
Here's Scissors. 6 Elans looking good on this other point, and now he's in the top 3. They weren't even close before, but just by slowly, consistently gaining points here, you can see they're breaking those thresholds slowly but surely, and Little Whip Warriors are no longer in the lead.
Yeah, Little Whip Warriors actually unseated the Chicken Champions. They're from their control point. They're taking it over. They're trying to get it back, so that's a battle right now. But the Funky Fighters out of nowhere, middle hill, and all of a sudden, just like that, into first place, going to pass 700 in just a second. No, get pushed out, and now they're back in there. Tomoya going off right now. Lumberwreck and Co. down there and trying to push him out, and you can see they're contesting it over and over again, but they're not getting the points they saw last game, falling off the pace.
Yep. They are slowly just battling for this number 1. Chicken Champs kind of overtake it now as well. The Fish Fam not too far either. Everyone's so close here in the top 4. Don't forget, if you take a victory, you win 55,000 bonus in prize.
And right now, Suzu is going off. 21 eliminations, and right as I say that, apologies for the caster curse, but 21 eliminations from the Belgian. He loves practicing his builds in creative and is showing it off here with really clever defensive cone edits up there. But right now, Little Whip Warriors are going at it. Tomoya gets the better of Ninja, and he gets cut down, but Funky Fresh Fighters then get sent all over the place thanks to the impulses from above.
I love this strat. He kind of sends out for a second there just to kind of catch a breather, see if his teammates come back. But unfortunately, the timing was just a bit off. And the Llama Record Company now control the middle point. For how long, we will find out here, as this is their comeback story, because they need these points desperately here. Hand of Blood still alive, just long enough to get a couple of more points. But Scissors is playing the long game here, just eating away at the threshold here at the top.
So Suzu isn't grouped with them. I'm assuming they've sent him to just go either watch middle and be their middle control. No, he just came up the backside. There you go. And just like go flying at people as the Kadoku come up in a very well coordinated pinch. 3 from the side, and Scissors gets taken down, but the Funky Fresh, oh no!
No, they got stopped.
1 point.
Well, 1 point.
Yo, so if you are the Fish Fam or Little Whip, right now you have to send somebody to stop them. If that Infinity Blade wielder gets out of spawn and goes anywhere for 1 second, they will win. Somebody has to deny him. It is all on Tomoya. Anywhere he goes, it doesn't have to be the one near him. If he touches the middle, a singular uncontested second will be the victory for them.
These are the final moments here, Sundown. Look at him. He's got a slight grin on his face. He wants to do it. Is this the point that he's going to make it? Here he goes. He takes the stake. He does miss. He's going back for it now. His team's up there. All he has to do is swipe just a couple of times. Can he win this straight? And he does not.
And as you watch, check the points on the right-hand side. Nobody is climbing up by the 12s. And as they did that, Llama Record Co gets the control there, but Little Whip contesting them right back. Funky Fresh Tomoya will be back and looking to find it, but the contestant is going for the middle. Here's Tomoya. He knows just a second in there. Uncontested will be enough. Can he get it?
Oh,
no, he doesn't. He got knocked down. The impulse grenade at the second he landed knocks everyone out. No one's in there. Can he find it? And he does. That's it. His feet touch the ground. The impulse doesn't go off. Tomoya takes it for the Funky Fighters with some brilliant teamwork.
What an intense endgame, too. Get taken out at 999 points. Really, anything can happen in those final moments.
I'm telling you, I love the Sky Station Showdown. Can't wait for more people to start playing it. And the Funky Fresh Fighter right there celebrating with his team. You can see them just so excited, so happy. Let's take a look at this final replay. Now, again, we talked about it. The impulse is being a great denial tool. Right there as the player goes down, sent back out, goes in, but misses the jump monster.
He almost had the flashiest ending ever. Just kind of diving in and wrapping it all up. But it was just good enough. like you said, he only had to stay there for a bit. And even with the impulse bumping him out, that's it.
And I mean, you saw the impulse explosions the second after going off. The team's doing everything they can, but it was not enough to shut down the Funky Fighters. Tomoya, Kutu, Huzi, Dracius, incredibly well done to take the second match of the first set at the Creative Finals.
Yeah, you know what? I am a Funky Fighter rooter and supporter now. I'm rooting for them. I can't
really?
do it.
Okay, just gonna bandwagon right after. Yay, the next team who won. I'm their fan. But no, great performance coming out from them. And it's one thing we talked about, right? The adaptation that happens from match to match. Llama Rekiko was like, oh, we're gonna stick to our game plan. That didn't work out.
Yeah, it really didn't in those end game situations. They really just kind of crept up and snuck and took the entire competition.
They did, and they were able to make sure that they got time in the middle when Little Whip and that team weren't able to get there. Llama Rekiko and Little Whip were going at it constantly. Funky Fresh were just able to step there.
Yep, and that's just kind of how it happens, you know? Now they find themselves one step closer to taking the Silver Llama for this set. Because remember, at the end of the day, these are just the games, but they have to take the entire set now. Now the pressure's on.
The pressure is on, but the Funky Fighters have a little bit of pressure off of their shoulders because they know they got that top spot. And we have Pookie standing by on the top deck with the Pooks. What do you got for us?
Thank you so much, Sundown. I am down here with our second game winners here. Congratulations, guys, first off and foremost. Now, I got to talk about the moment where you guys were just sitting. You needed 1 point left to win. What was that like?
I was really nervous. Like, I was just imagining, like, losing with 1 point would be terrible, so we just tried to get 1 more point, and we did it. So
it was definitely devastating. I was screaming in my seat. I heard all the fans in the audience screaming for you guys as well. So going into the next games, what do you guys think your strategy is going to be? Are you gonna keep doing what you're doing? Or are you gonna mix it up a little bit?
I think doing what we're doing is fine, because first game we got second place, second game we won. So yeah, we're gonna try and do the same thing and hopefully win again.
And hopefully have more than a 1 point buffer, right?
Yep, yeah, definitely.
For sure. Now, just coming over here to you, what has it been like to be here at the Fortnite World Creative Cup, just playing in front of this audience, you know, hearing everybody cheer for you guys to win? What is that like?
It's fun. That's the only thing I can think of. It's fun to compete against everyone else, meet your teammates, and just have fun.
Yeah, and have you guys had a chance to play together before? Is this your first time playing together as a team?
I don't hear it, sorry.
Is it your first time playing together as a team?
Yeah, it's the first time.
Well, you guys definitely make it look super easy. Thank you all so much for being here and talking to me. I'm going to let you get your synergy back together. Sundown and Monster, back to you up at the desk.
Thank you so much, Pookie. And the Funky Fresh Fighters, I mean, their game plan has been solid. Second place, first place. Now, I understand why you might want to bandwagon a little bit, but I'm still going to hang out with my Llama Rekiko. But I want to talk about the changes we saw from match 1 to match 2 in terms of gameplay, and was it what you expected?
Definitely not what I expected. I thought Gotaga's team was going to come out here and crush it right behind the Fish Fam, but as you can see, huge upsets. Anything can kind of go either which way, and I mean, talk about like kind of beginner's luck or something like that. You just put a team together. They didn't practice. They're just coming out here and wiping players up, so a lot of talented players here at the Creative Finals.
I mean, Tomoya talked about it. He was like, hey, when I pick my team, very confident there with their Death Run ability. Want to see what they do in the elimination race during World Run, but doing incredibly well so far at Sky Station. That's going to be a confidence booster, because if you can get the Silver Llama there and you're confident in your ability on the World Run, you're set.
Yeah, you're just one step closer. So with the first place and the second place, they're clearly having a good set so far here at the Sky Station Showdown.
Yeah, it's been very well done from them, but it's still anybody's game. Don't forget, the winner of the Silver Llama is the one who has accumulated the most prize money across, which equates roughly to placements, but you don't get punished if you're placing in that bottom half. 4th through 8th, all receiving the same amount of prize money in each one of the matches.
Yes, everyone is a winner. So you really have to fight till the end, regardless if you're in the lead or not. This is why these guys are going for it, because this is life-changing prize money on the line.
And I mean, we've seen the difference, 10 seconds in that center circle, 120 right there. It makes a huge difference, but enough of us breaking it down. We're going to throw it outside to Bala, because he's going to show us what's up with the tactics. Bala, what do you got for us?
I'm out here at the Fan Festival, and I don't have a bandwagon here, but maybe after this set I'll have to hop on somewhere with Monster. We got a ton of awesome action. I've been watching it, and I have to show you guys what went down in that first and second games. It was awesome. First off, the Llama Record Company started off with an amazing take, cohesiveness on the point. Every single time they went up here, they were going from two sides, two angles, and the sword approached at the center, but made sure that he was the most important person not to go down. You see there, Hand of Blood and his teammates all backing up. He's going to have an engagement on the side. These sword fights are really easy for him to just mow it down, but immediately as he realizes his teammates are up on the point, about to get up, about to push the ramp, he comes up from the side, slices and dices, but meanwhile, they ended up falling down the leaderboard. If you look at it now, where they're at, they're only in second place. Fish Fam was ahead of them. But all while Scissors was dancing and talking all the smack, telling his teammates to try to get the crowd involved, it was Llama Record Company making the plan, making the play to get in towards the center. Absolutely amazing take in the center on this first game. Led to Hand of Blood staying in that point and absolutely dominating with the super point there. Guys, 2 matches down on Sky Station Showdown, 1 more to go. We'll see where Monster lands at the end of this, because I will maybe join you on that bandwagon. Guys, take it back.
I mean, that's starting to get a little awful crowded, man. Real quick, you guys hopping on those bandwagons. But as you said, there is 1 more regular Sky Station Showdown match in this set. We will see it again later in the remix version during the Golden Games. And it's been so fun to watch the difference of players, who's able to be very strong with the Infinity Blade, how the pinches end up coming. And now in this 3rd match, it's only going to get better from these guys.
Yeah, definitely want to see some more of that kind of team work happening here. And why not just hop right into a game right now, right? Let's go see some more action here, because this last game of the set is loading in right now.
Yes, and this will be the final match of this set. Set 1 after this, a Silver Llama will be awarded, and we are in the match. It's Sky Station Showdown. Set 1 about to be over, and here we go.
All right, gotta love those players just kind of beelining out. And don't forget, you know exactly who your neighbors are. You know who is to your left and to your right, because you can see the banners and the designs on their spawns. And a nice look at our captains right there.
And right away, you can see a number of teams finding ramp paths where they're able to use their first 5 materials. Next 5, Sword does a double jump. Boom. Right to the top. Chicken Champions excellently executed.
Yeah, this is what matters right here, is stopping the Funky Fighters, because clearly they have been doing some good work together as a team so far. Tomoya is off to the races here, though, sent to run away. Can the Sunshine Soldiers come back? Can the Cuddle Crew make a big appearance for themselves? Because they can really shake it up here. It can go any which way depending on who has the most victories, really, in the best placement.
Yeah, so currently you will see the fact that they're able to be pushed off right there. Llama Record Co. putting shots down towards the spawn. You don't want to peek though, because the hunting rifles will be coming out, and the shot just misses Carnifex right there. And he trades back down. Ninja firing it off, but gets pushed out by Raven's Revenge right there.
Yeah, Carnifex having a tough time kind of listening in there. Carnifex was sniped from the side. Now we have Taldak here jumping right in from the Little Whip Warriors. He's going toe-to-toe. Otaga's down and out.
So, if I'm the Llama Record Company, and I know I've won a match, and then I did okay in the last one, they were in 4th, so they were there, they're close. Funky Fighters have a win in a 2nd place. Do you send somebody to just hard deny the Funky Fighters the entire time? You don't get the Silver Llama if you don't, right? If the Funky Fighters finish above you, they're going to be finished off. Do you think they can spare somebody to do that, though? Because it's better off to deny them than it is to push up the top.
Yeah, but the problem is then, the Little Whip Warriors have been so consistent, you literally allowed them to snipe the competition because you over-focus. So I think the play here is play your game, and if anything, stay away from them. Let the rest of the server do that, gritty work for you and dominate the other side. Take that victory.
There you go. I like to hear it, Monster. That's fantastic analysis. That's why we keep you around. The breakdown and making sure you challenge the initial opinion there, as the Ravens Revenge are able to get on the top and in a fantastic spot of control right now, building up a 40-point lead.
Yeah, even Gotaga's team is still in this. They've been doing relatively well so far. Here it is. He just kind of goes toe-to-toe, and Ninja strikes him right down. Oh, but hey, his teammate comes on in. Raven's Revenge. Who is that? Magma comes right up to the top. And give you guys a little fun fact about Magma. He's from Australia. He started playing in Fortnite Season 2. His favorite aspect of creative mode is actually speedrunning. Always finds new ways to kind of play the game.
I mean, good on him, man. I get incredibly frustrated by that, but then watching these guys do the speed runs and how quickly they go through and how efficiently, it just reminds me why we're up here talking about it and watching them do this creative madness as Scissors cuts through the competition, goes straight up to delay and right back down Cuddle Crew, not quite able to get him. It goes up again, so right now just denying the Cuddle Crew the points, but we talked about how we wanted to see more from them right now, pushing into the top 3.
Yes, the Cuddle Crew, come on, make a big appearance. Every game is worth so much. You, at the very least, want to be up in that top 4 contestant so that you can take a little bit more home with you. Here it is, Ninja. Disengages, actually just takes down Magma. And hey, I like the strat here. He says, you know what, I got low health, let's just get back on this respawn wagon. Doesn't even give anyone the satisfaction of stealing the Siphon.
I was about to say, no Siphon, no materials, quick reset, knows he can get out there, was basically in his spawn anyway. That is the type of competitive edge Ninja always looks to give himself.
I love that. That was like 200 IQ low-key right there. It was very well played. But back to Gotaga and Hand of Blood here in the same shot. Hand of Blood he can't do much. He knows there's a team up there. Waits for his entire squad to go up the ramp and then hops right to the top. But now back to Gotaga, who's on this point by himself. He wants to kind of bait him into the close. Can he get the hit? And he does. Taldock goes right down, straight to the top.
That was sick, using the jump right as the animation had started to make sure he clipped them from the bottom, dodges the Funky Fresh Fighter out. Gotaga now getting pinched from the side. 3 of the Funky Fresh Fighters up there doing everything they can, and the shots will come out, trying to find it. And Dracius is coming back up to try and get some defense there for Gotaga, instead just going to disengage.
And it's actually prime movement right there as well. You just see him baiting and switching, going back and forth, trying to get in there, see if he can kind of sneak in and get some extra damage. And here it is, someone's in front of him. He only needs 2 swipes. He goes down, he gets the Siphon. Oh, cannot convert another, which would have kept him in the game. His teammates are here though.
We're seeing a lot more points being assorted. It's a little more top-heavy this game, going towards the 10-minute mark right now, with Raven's Revenge and Llama Record Co. 100 points clear of the rest of the field.
Unfortunately, though, the Funky Fighters have fell to the bottom of the totem pole. If they can't come up to the top, they actually are pushing themselves way out of the average, running for the win of this set. So they really need a massive comeback here. But Savenos is showing why he's here with 13 eliminations already, and bye-bye, falls down. Lucky for him, no fall damage.
Yeah, it does reset, and that might be one of those moments where you opt for deny, and in fact, he does saying, hey, I'm at 5 HP anyway. I'll see you in a bit. I gotta respawn.
Smart play for him. Sunshine Soldiers having a spot to themselves as well right now. Not quite sure who they pushed out here, but the impulse are flying overhead. And Gotaga, they're doing so good at holding the point here, and this is why they're in the #1 lead. But they don't have too much cushion to play with.
No, particularly when 12 points per second on that central point. B is open. Gotaga checking his surroundings. No shots coming through. And RTA actually using the door edit and just a little counter edit to make sure that nobody is able to come up and contest them, and it just starts raining shots down towards the Little Whip Warriors. Raven's Revenge making their lives difficult this game, but up comes Ninja. RTA goes down. Chappie goes down. Ninja gets the slam. Gotaga, will he be able to find the last hit? Ninja intelligently backs away and strafes it out. Teammate picks that one up, and they get control.
Yeah, I love how he played that, stepping and sidestepping so that he can just stay alive, because it doesn't matter if your team successfully wipes a point. If you don't have your captain there to seal the deal for the points afterwards, then you cannot earn anything from it. Here comes Gotaga. He's throwing himself into the fire, straight into the point there, and he gets taken out. Here it is. Tomaya's team has fallen to last place. Can they make a miraculous comeback here before the 7-minute mark? Maybe kind of get themselves in the running. They're trying their hardest.
And I mean, generally we talk about caster curses. It might be like player jinxes going on right now. Everyone's saying, yeah, we're doing well. We're going to stick to our game plan.
That just shows you no one is safe here. These guys are evolving, and they're playing a better game after game. Here goes Scissors. He needs one more swipe there, but Clytax wins the small engagement.
And Krytax has been fragging out. He's been playing so incredibly well, being aggressive, getting in players' faces, and doing it all with that rare attack. But he's been consistently highest up there in terms of the elim. You see Fortnite trying to get some pressure down, but good defensive building there from Kororo. Ryan Frantic comes out the side and cleans it up, but there is Hand of Blood coming directly down. Danya is also up there. We got a three-way battle, but it's 4 chickens saying, this is our roost, get out.
That's right, coming right up to own it all for themselves. Rubius doing so good right now. He's from Spain. He actually has a record on, was it YouTube for live streaming? 1.1 million viewers, imagine.
Yes, one of the biggest content creators in Spain. Will they be able to push down towards the middle? As you can see, Little Whip and Llama Record Company already down there. We've seen this story before as the Funky Fresh Fighters go in, but you can barely even hear the shots over the impulse grenades going off as everyone's like, no, we've seen how this goes.
The Funky Fighters need this. The Llama Record Company need this. So many of these guys, it's riding on this game right here. They have to get as many points as possible.
But even with the 12-point one, we haven't seen a lead like this from Gotaga and crew. They are nearly 300 points clear of the next team. Nobody else is contesting there. The Cuddle crew has now been able to catch up a little bit, but they both just established control in their top zones, and Cuddle crew won't pass Raven's Revenge by just sticking with 3 points. They're in a fantastic spot to win this match.
Yeah, they've actually been very consistent as well, right? They've been doing okay in that top 4, just doing a pretty good job at staying relevant after all of these rounds. So if Gotaga's team takes this, we actually don't know who can take this set right now. It's actually that close right here. Little Whip Warriors have kind of fallen down a bit here, but Funky Fighters clearly in last place is not good.
And now, right now, you can see Tomoya coming in, doing everything he can to knock it down. Carnifex challenging as best he can, and Lachlan is just hanging out inside the cone.
Lachlan's doing a great job here. He's just kind of hiding, loving the low profile kind of position and take here on the point. He was hidden, but hey, he has to come out now and defend themselves. It's 3 chickens who surround him and take down that Cuddle Bear. Oh, man.
They're supposed to be the tender defenders, but that was a whole bunch of aggression coming out from them there as they now immediately look and start to take shots. And the Ravens Revenge have now finally been unseated from their 3-point game. So a little bit of room to start for the catch-up, but it is utter chaos at point D as Tomoya gets taken down and the Funky Fighters are still in 8th place.
There's still 55,000 minimal on this game alone here. You want to win this one. Ravens Revenge, can they hold it? Or will Cuddle Crew find themselves a big piece of the pie here? Because we're in New York City, you know, you got to make pizza references. That's how we're doing it. Here comes Gotaga kind of hopping on overhead. And all right, he wants more points. He's hungry for it.
It's unfortunate they're just clipping off the side as Magma goes down, sitting on 23 eliminations right now. And Kodaga doing his best to find where they want to go up, waiting for his team, but knowing that time is running short since that middle hill is still open and being constantly contested. But the Cuddle Crew are catching up with their steady 3-point game. But now Kodaga goes up right around the back, able to pick up the elim, and control is rested.
This is scary because the Cuddle Crew is also getting points right now. So yes, they're getting a lead, but the Cuddle Crew is keeping it very close. They're keeping it very close.
This is what we were talking about. We wanted to see a strategy come out, something defensive where you can get your control. They have now walled them off on each side, thrown a cone on top of them, and they have firing angles towards the other 2 platforms and towards the spawns behind them. Nobody wants to go contest them, but right now, Gotaga, oh, we saw what happened when Scissors did that. Don't count your chickens before they hatch because they're catching up right now. You can see that 12 points ticking over, but they do still have a lead as players are trying their best to deny Ravens Revenge.
Yes, you have to keep him safe. This is the protect the president strat at its finest. Cuddle Crew still gaining points. Llama Record still getting points. In comes the fire from all the other platforms. Cuddle Crew's putting on pressure. They don't want to give him the freebie here.
You have to look at Ravens Revenge, though. Everybody is so focused on the middle. Nobody is going and challenging the top team. You know they're over there. You know they're uncontested right now. You have to be putting shots down there. You have to find the tags under Gotaga.
There it is.
And they got him. They got him the difference now. Look at the Cuddle Crew climbing up on their consistent 3, but they still have control of the top. They just don't have their sword. It's 2 hops to get up there.
That's right. And now Lachlan can just sit here. He can just hang out, earn these points. This is what he needs to do. And he's almost there. He is almost there. The first place can be his. Right now he can take this lead, Sundown.
but they got control at the same time. It's literally ticking over a half second away from each other. The shots are going. Cuddle Crew has the lead though. Will the shot be able to go through? Yes!
Cuddle Crew goes
take it
through.
down. 999, 1,000. Gotaga and Raven's Revenge in the closest nail biter yet. Edge out the Cuddle Crew in two teams who we said we wanted to see more. They brought more.
Are you kidding me? The Fish fans step up and shut it down. Just the fact they stepped on the point, they couldn't earn points and they lost the lead. They were just a tick ahead. That could have been their game.
I mean, it's just, let's check out the replay. You can see the counter in the top right, but the Fish fam going up and challenging on the other side. You can see them hopping up there. No one was at the Ravens' Revenge as soon as they were there, and the celebration too. You have to be excited when you see that Victory Royale screen pop up when you're up there. I mean, what's it like to win a game on that stage? I have no idea. Those guys do, though.
We you know, at some point before the day's over, we really got to recap the other point of a point of view there, because they had it. They were one tick ahead. They were there, knocking on the door, 55,000 away from bonus prize on top of this entire competition. It was right there.
And it got taken away, and this is why I love Sky Station Showdown. The clutch little moments, the interactions that happen, very similar to Battle Royale, where every single thing that is happening on the map can affect the overall end result of the game, as you see there in Raven's Revenge, closing it out. Gotaga, the competitive veteran, able to clutch it up in the final moments. Magma, Arthier, and Chappie as well, just a great performance out of them, taking the top spot in the final match of the first set.
Now I get to say, I was right the whole time. I started off with, Raven's Revenge, kind of making me feel like, hey, these are my guys. Let's go with your gut, guys, all right? Raven's Revenge, that's who I said when I started this whole thing. I told you.
He's not wrong. They were able to take it there, but we're going to throw it up top to an interview with Raven's Revenge with Zeke. Zeke, you there, buddy?
I am here, Sundown. Thank you so much. Fun fact, Monster did in fact say Raven's Revenge would win. I've got your back, Monster. I am here. You guys got your revenge. I gotta ask, first question to you, Gotaga. How does it feel to be here in the stadium, the fans, the roar, and to be facing off against your peers? Was it what you expected?
Honestly, it's crazy, and I have a really strong team. We are learning a lot from our mistakes, and I'm so glad to be here, to be honest. I don't know how to describe it.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy being here. I'm right there with you. All right, so now who's the overall shot caller? Is it Gotaga? Is it you? Who is it?
Kind of all four of us. We were playing too afraid at first, so we just had to just go in there and just kill them as fast as we could, and then spawn trap. That was our goal.
Okay, what's the strategy like? Are you guys, talking through at the beginning? Are you guys waiting for someone else to make a move? Or are you guys like, no, we're going in first?
Yeah, we're trying to, really pressure Ninja's team. We're trying to put pressure on that green point. And we were able to control it over them. They ended up wussing off over to the center. And we were able to play our game and play what we wanted.
Awesome. All right, final question. What do you want to say to all the fans that are here watching, cheering you guys on, and from home?
I don't know, it's just incredible. I'm happy that so many people are here. I don't know, just enjoying the show. It's amazing, honestly.
Well, congratulations, guys. Now, I believe for now, we're going to send it over to Golden Boy, who is standing by.
Going on there, and now what we're doing right now, hanging out as they walk back over, just brilliantly done there from RTA, Magma, Chappie, Gotaga. The teamwork from them was just on point. You talked about it, all four strong players from Gotaga, and they're happy with the final result, and that puts them immediately into contention because it's cumulative prize point to find out who will take that first silver llama and kind of get a leg up for the rest of the creative final.
I actually want to touch on something that, was kind of interesting. He called Ninja's capture point the green point. These guys are like that focused here. He's like, okay, we know who's kind of farming which ones. And they're shutting players down, shutting down their competition so that they can take these sets.
Well, that's the next step, right? As soon as you're immediately in there, and that's the big part for Sky Station that I enjoy, is you have the ability to see where the other opponents are in relation to you for score. So if you want to go and try and make somebody's life difficult, you might not be maximizing your points, but you can effectively help your team the most by just denying the other guys and being like, hey, you don't get to play this. And occasionally, if you put enough pressure on them, maybe they default to rotating the other way. Maybe they go somewhere longer. Maybe they have to wait and only push this forward. All of those are advantages you can get by just putting pressure on another team. And there's so many different layers, and I think when we see the remix for this, it's going to get even more exciting.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, here and at home, there's a remix version. We have some nice twisted surprise that we will see unfold as the day goes on. That was just our first iteration of this round, and honestly, it was a great set. But that just leaves us with the question, too. The Funky Fighters, they had an amazing opening, right? Second place is great. You get big prize bonus for that. You win game 2. And then you kind of flop game 3. Depending on where they went, their average might have really been anchored down.
Yeah, that ends up being really, really, really harmful. But luckily there, if you're in the 4th to 8th range, there's no additional, I don't want to say penalty, because they're all getting $10,000 for the match of itself. So there's just no additional gain after that fact. You're still able to stay par. So 4th would have been just as bad, but 8th, you're kind of looking like, oh, that'll really bring down the average. It's not the worst case scenario going on there. So they should still be at least in the running, but you can't be comfortable.
No.
Like, not at all. It's so incredible, and now we are going to go over the stage. We have the results, and your set 1 winner is the Funky Fighters. The last match was not enough. The singular win in the double goes over to them. They will have that first silver llama, and there he is throwing it up, and I mean, you got to be happy for him.
They did it. I thought maybe it wasn't enough, but it was. Love this celebration right here.
You kind of are like, it's a little, I don't want to say like bittersweet there, but it's like, oh, you kind of like get pushed out in the last game, and then boom, you get it. But now the silver llama, but they're happy. They realize, and the big thing, that gives them a leg up for the rest of the competition. If they can win the next match, another team has to win both of them. But such a great job from the Funky Fighters, sticking to their guns, staying with the strategy, getting 2 top 2 place finishes, one of them being a win.
I actually love this right here. They're all getting together, showing team harmony. They're clearly happy. They take the first set. That's amazing. They're off to the right start, really. They can get another 1 or 2 of those, and this entire creative finals is theirs.
Well, and again, we talked with Tomoya beforehand, and he was like, yeah, we're really confident when we can get in the races. We want to be on that world run. We know we can do there. We have some really good runners, and then they turn around and do that?
I was just
Showdown?
Yeah, I was just going to touch it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, this wasn't even their strong suit, right? He did a death run at some point as when he recruited his people for this creative challenge. So for him to take what might be one of our, toe-to-toe PvP sessions, that's actually crazy. And here's the team standings, Sundown.
Yeah, look at the final team standings. So Llama Record Code do just get edged out by $1,500 there. The Funky Fighters, you can see on the right-hand side, have been awarded that silver llama. Rounding it out, you have Raven's Revenge in the top 3, Cuddle Crew and Little Whip Warriors both at 55, sitting in 4th and 5th. Fish Fam, Sunshine Soldiers, I almost got that one, 6th and 7th, and then 8th there are the Chicken Champions. But this is set 1 of 4. There's still tons of creative games to be going on. I mean, it's been so good, and like we talked about earlier, we have a never-before-seen map and game mode for you guys. Now, I know we released Prop Hunt. It's something that's kind of similar to that. How many of you guys have played Red Light, Green Light at some point in time, right? You've been there, you've done it. I know, whether it might have been a little while ago. Junkyard Juke is a red light, green light prop hunt version where you will have 2 teams sitting up as guards, 6 teams running. It will rotate through every single one of the rounds, and here you can see how to win. You have to dodge those guards, sprint into the center, and incinerate yourself in order to get those points. There are 4 rounds per match, Monster, and how do they score?
Yeah, but also, before we get there, you only get to be guard once. And while you're guard, you do not accumulate points. But yes, the points come in through the props themselves. So when you are on the prop side, you want to choose small, medium, or large objects and try and get it to the incinerator under the guard tower. So it's actually really difficult. And like you said, it's a hybrid. It's a red light, green light / prop hunt style. And this is a pretty tough game mode. We've played a fair amount of it. I got my hands on it. This is actually a lot harder than it kind of sounds.
So it's something that is just completely different. I don't know how many of you guys have played Prop Hunt. Definitely check it out. It's on the Creative Islands. It's a lot of fun, but this brings an additional aspect to it. The guards are able to have the denial. You're able to plan routes out, and you can have strategies, right? So, hey, maybe I want to run all big props the whole time. How they're going to go through, what the map looks like.
Center of the map, while two teams of guards try to keep them away. Teams will rotate their roles over the course of 4 rounds, each team getting 1 turn as the guards. Their objective? To defend the incinerator from the other teams, armed only with revolvers and their keen attention to detail. During each round, teams of props will earn points by reaching the incinerator in the central pit. The bigger the prop, the more points. But be careful. Being bigger means you're easier to spot. To keep themselves from getting eliminated, prop teams need to time their movements very carefully. Every few seconds, the guard teams will be blinded for a short time, and the center point turns green, giving the props a chance to run for the hills, or rather, the pit. Once a prop reaches the goal, they respawn at their home base to start over, running as many props as they can before the match ends. If a player is eliminated, they also respawn at their home base and need to start the trek all over again. After 4 rounds, each team's points from their prop rounds will be combined, and the team with the most points wins the game. So keep an eye out for those moving bushes, crates, and gnomes, and enjoy the Junkyard Juke.
Thank you so much, Zeke, for that update. That's Junkyard Juke, something that has never before been seen. It looks kind of a little simple, but it's wacky, it's fun. There's a lot of small little minutia that go into it, things you can min-max on, and also there's just a level of ridiculousness that I enjoy so much. Just seeing somebody turn themselves into a literal dumpster and then try and weave their way past, it's a lot of fun.
Let the memes come to life here as your favorite.
Whoa, you talking about my gameplay again? God, that's so rude.
Turn them into dumpsters, literally. We'll get to see that unfold here as, I gotta say, this is a frustrating game mode. It's very difficult. You guys are gonna see why. It is gonna be tough for some of these guys to bring in those big point objects, and that's just gonna be the name of it. Who can score the most here?
Who can score, and how well are you playing defense? How well do you coordinate? Who is watching the right angles? And it's, again, it's going to be interesting to see, do they switch up their strategy after from game 1 to game 2? Because there's so many different things you can do. But we are about to have the world premiere of Junkyard Juke. We are getting into set number 2. The Funky Fighters have 1 silver llama. Who will get the second? We now are in to set 2. Match 1, and right away you can see Chappa, Gotaga, Magma, and RTA of Raven's Revenge, and then the Little Whip Warriors, Ninja, Taco, Taldak, and FaZe Kaz taking their shots off. Now, fun fact, the screens are there, you can't see, but you can shoot through them. So don't be afraid to take some shots. I mean, we know the trick shotters will.
Yeah, some people are already shooting. They figured that part out. It looks like Chappie hasn't quite yet. He's kind of looking. He's just blind shooting. Oh, there it is. Now he's firing through. He's noticed, hey, these are not ricocheting off of this curtain here. I can fire right on through. So you want to stop him. You want to force stop him. You want to also kind of memorize the map and the lanes.
And right away you can see as soon as the blinds go down, people go. But the first points are starting to come through as Lachlan is able to get in. Hand of Blood's team, the Llama Record Co. also able to get a 10-pointer and then a 5-pointer, following it directly behind. Oh no, it was another 10-pointer. So we already see some of the props having successful runs.
Look at him go. There it is. You saw a big old truck kind of sneak on by, and these objects are slipping right underneath. But who knows how long that'll last. Here's Scissors. You gotta park it. You gotta stay still.
Ooh,
Oh, can he blend in?
And one other thing you can note there, the props will clip through other objects that are there. So if you see something that isn't sitting perfectly naturally, like Scissors was right there, clipped into it, boom, got him brilliantly done. Lachlan hits one of those bounce pads that are stuck in there. They will launch you up in the air, but great run coming out from X-Sandy and Tomoya, utilizing the air conditioners to find their way to the end. Bensor and Alex JJ desperately trying to get it. Alex JJ with another 10-point prop, and Hand of Blood gets picked up just before. That would have been a huge swing, but right now, Sunshine Soldiers in first place with 35 points.
They are finding their rhythm here. Sunshine Soldiers taking the lead right now. This is a hard game mode to break free in because you got to think about it. These guards are not playing around. They are shooters, right, at heart. And at the end of the day, if something looks off, something looks odd, like this white vent right here, you're just going to get popped. So you got to be careful here. And there it is. Nice job of, you know, kind of hitting the brakes here. And, oh, he hits one of those trap doors. Let's talk about that, Sundown.
So you can actually see it. There is the little tiny springs. They launch you upward. There's a couple that can be chained into each other. But if you are one of those bigger objects and you get sent up, you are just quite literally sometimes flying garbage.
Yeah. But, you know, it would be too easy if we didn't lay traps around, right? So, you know, got to kind of spice it up for the people that are turned into props, too.
So you can also, actually, the people who can turn into props, there's one pathway where you can chain two of them together. So if you can get there, you almost land directly in front of it. So as long as you time it correctly, you can like use them slightly to your advantage, but most of the time they're a little bit more annoying. And boom, you can see that rusted truck going in. And now the Funky Fighters pulling out another lead, 60 points so far.
And this is something important to note, guys. You have to get it into the incinerator, fully processed before the timer counts down, or else your point will not be processed.
Which is a big thing on the min-maxing. What we mean by that is maximizing your efficiency. So if you were to get the most points possible, you run only 10 points the entire time, not only because they're worth more, but they take less time to sort because they're the first one that goes through. The two-point props are able to run, I don't want to say relatively easier, but much easier compared to a dumpster and a card, particularly because you have cover. With that being said, take about an extra 3 to 4 seconds to sort, so it makes it that much less efficient, plus being only 20% of the point value.
That's right, so Clytax there has chosen a big object. Achin and Zond over here, smaller objects. They're kind of blending right into all of the dumpster trash, clearly harder to track down and kind of, I guess, how do I say this? Sort out, right?
Yeah.
Amongst all the clutter here.
Exactly. You want things that don't stick out, or you want to find a path for an object that you can take all the time. So you notice how there's a section where there's like 4 or 5 rusted cars. Grab a rusted car and go park yourself with those, because yes, the guy knows, oh, there's a bunch of rusted cars there. Screen goes back up. Oh, there's still a bunch of rusted cars there. I'm good. Next thing you know, the prop walks his way up. You can also, as you're running, block rotation. So if you hit your crouch button, whatever you had that bound to, whether you're playing on controller, iPad, PC, all of them end up completely stopping, so it will send you totally naturally, just like what you would see.
And this is also those moments, right, when you're in the guard, oh, someone spotted there, popped him. Tomoya, nice job seeing something out of the ordinary, but notice he gets an elimination on the object. You don't earn points for that, so it's just your job to stop everyone from getting any kind of points, so don't break away with the lead. When you're in the guard tower, you can't allow other people to score, and you're not scoring.
Which can end up being very interesting if the team in the lead, which generally happens because you have 3 chances to score, is shooting last round. Right? Because then it's all about how good are your pressure. And one other thing you can see, starting to fire through the screens, very well done for them, picking up an elim there. But right now, Kadoku already wresting the lead away. All 3 of them sitting there at 60, but they're 5-point processes, and it goes through as 2 more dumpsters throw themselves into the fray.
Yeah, and that's because the Funky Fighters cannot earn points here in the guard round. The Sunshine Soldiers using this opportunity once again to just break away even closer to taking lead. And the Chicken Champions can't earn anything either.
I love that from Clytax. Right away, hides himself behind the box, and you see his hands. He's like, please, please make sure it's not there. And then boom, gets the point, gets a nice little selfie going in. And you can see all of them getting sorted there. Another way, I'm all about the min-maxing. Point your camera towards the end. You go just a little bit faster.
Sundown pulling out the strats here. The question is, can our competitors figure it out fast enough with their limited amount of games here? But 20 seconds on the clock. Can he get this in time? Remember, you gotta grab the dumpster, drop the dumpster, and get it processed. That was perfect.
That was so good by Stuart000 because he dodged the little springboard there. You saw him look at it and be like, oh, no, I'm good. And that was the last run. None of these props are going to be able to get sorted. Lachlan gets picked out at the end. You can see 3, 2, 1, but not going to be enough. You need to get all the way through and sorted on the point as the rest of the denial comes through, and we're going to rotate the guards up again.
Yes, so we will have some new guards take their place. This is honestly Chicken Champion's opportunity to start scoring some points and hopefully close up the gap here. The Sunshine Soldiers are now at the bottom layer of the guard tower, and the Fish Fam are at the top. So it is time to kind of mix it up.
My eyes are on the Funky Fighters right now. They are
doing great.
They're very close, and on top of that, they're the team with the Silver Llama.
Yep.
As we talked about, they are so incredibly close, doing everything they can to push towards the top. And you can see they got a lot of elims, too, in the round where they were playing defense. So not a ton of scoring going past them, only 35 points off the pace. But what I'm shocked about right now is there is nobody running 2-point props at all. 0.
Tamoya is a genius. He was already spotted out for the statue. He kind of hit over to the side and said, you know what, I kind of got to wait here. I can't park this statue on the open. He's going to be hunting for me. And that's exactly what he does. Kind of sits it over on the side there. And that's how he earns himself another point. So they're actually playing very, very smart here. And that's why they've been doing so good at these competitions.
I think the guards need to be slightly more aggressive. There's is unlimited ammunition. You can't run out. If you think something is suspicious, or if you just want to take a shot at it, shoot your shot.
Yeah.
What's the worst case that happens? You miss. There's no accuracy stats going on there. If something looks suspicious, don't let it through. You're the guards, and you want to deny as much as possible. And again, every match is for $55,000 for the winning team. You want that, and that will lead into the Llamas as well. You don't want to end up in that 4th to 8th spot. You want to push past your competitors as we see a whole mess of air conditioners going in, the water heaters in. It was fantastic for Raven's Revenge, and Llama Record Co. are also climbing their way up the leaderboard, 110 points so far.
Great job for the Llama Record Company. Alex, JJ, Carnifex, Venos, and Hand of Blood. This team is doing great right here as they seemingly inch their way to the top somehow, overtaking the Cuddle Crew, which, by the way, Lachlan's team has been showing up here. It's good to see them, catch a little bit of domination here in this junkyard juke.
Well, like we said, the creative finals is all about celebrating the different types of creative skills. There's different ways to express that. We have the World Run where it's there. We saw Sky Station Showdown, which shows off building and team tactics. And right now, Prop Hunt is all about min-maxing efficiency, working together, and hitting your shots.
Yeah, absolutely, because when you're in that guard tower, you don't have opportunity to miss. You let them score, they're going to break free and break away with the lead. Here's a look at Svenos here, who's that bullseye, just kind of blending right in.
The archery target, there's a lot of them out there, but you need to be careful because they're slightly harder. And come on.
Uh-oh.
Really?
He's floating up
Really?
there.
You can see kind of like the look on his face. He's like, there's no way this works. And one other thing to talk about is orientation of your prop. So you notice he actually swapped his camera and pointed in the other direction. Unfortunately, was clipping into the trash bag there. But if you're running forward, your prop faces backwards. So you need to run and then turn, settle yourself. That's the best way. Or you orient yourself around the stuff that's near you. Because if you're facing in a totally random direction, that'll earn a bullet in most circumstances.
I love how aggressive they were at the final moments. The clock was
You gotta go.
Yeah, the clock was ticking. They're like, you know what, we gotta get in here. But that was round 3 of 4 for this first game right here. And, it's kind of going either which way. So if you've already had your shot at the guard tower, you're safe. You're good. You can keep getting points. But if this is your last opportunity, you're in a guard tower, that's all the points you got. That's it. They have to hold strong.
So this is where it really comes into mind who is running, who is in the tower, and what does the scoreboard look like. So right now we can see right away Llama Record Co. is up there, and I believe it's with, I didn't see who that other team was. When we pan back over, we'll call that out. But Llama Record Co. is in first right now, and I think Cuddle Crew is with them as well. So it's typical that the top 2 would be up there, and it is. The top 2 teams are in the guard tower. So right now, Everyone needs to unseat them, otherwise they will take this first match of set 2.
I'll be honest with you, it's a pretty big lead. That's a substantial lead. Whoever is left in the game, the Sunshine Soldiers, the Funky Fighters, the Chicken Champions, you got to bring these big items through and do it successfully with the limited time left in this round right here, because if not, it's going to be hard to catch up to that 150.
We're starting to see a little bit more consistency right there. And look at Svenos shooting. He's just shooting everything. He's not worried in terms of going through there. Does hit one elim, fires the shots off going through, trying to look at just anything that he thinks doesn't look normal. Anything that maybe not have been there before.
It's like one of my favorite things, watching him just shoot the boxes like, what's that? Was that there? Was that there? Was that there? Was that there? He's just taking his shots. That's exactly what you got to do here if you want to hold this lead here. And that's why they're dominating. You can see the no hesitation really coming out of them, and that's why they have the lead right now. And it's great. It's great that they're hitting his shots. It's great that Svenos is holding it down.
But the Funky Fighters, we talked about it, eyes on them, already up to 120. One more 10-point prop will put them past. And unfortunately for Ninja there, does get hit on the springboard, but gets in anyway, so just a little bit of time loss. A great shot from Lachlan. My lord, I barely even saw that.
Ford Turtle from Australia hit a springboard, and Lachlan shut that down. His fellow Australian brother right there. Very nicely done. You don't want to hit those springboards, man.
And now you can see 125 from the Funky Fighters. They're doing everything they can to overtake. They want this match victory. They want to keep the momentum rolling, but the Cuddle Group is doing a great job of picking up targets and running their timeout, getting some both right as they get out of spawn and before they're about to score, which the waste of time is even that much more efficient, but unfortunately not finding anything there.
Yeah, Lachlan is really not timing his kind of rotations and reloads properly. Notice he's not also utilizing the shooting through the curtain factor there. He's kind of holding himself back. That's why you saw him with a couple elims right there. But you got to put that pressure down, lock down these lanes so that they don't just get like free rotations through, right?
And again, we talked about it a little bit. I'm very surprised nobody is just consistently running 2-point props. You can get them in close to every run if you pick the right path and you take the covered angles. It's very difficult to stop them, particularly with the smaller hitbox. But so far, we've only seen 2 scored.
Yeah, and I like that. Cuddle Crew right there, 130 points. This is their time. Cuddle Crew still doing really good defense right here. Oh no, but you know, Caster's curse. I feel so bad. Chicken Champion comes up out of nowhere, takes that one right away.
Able to get him there, and now the Funky Fighters 5 points out. Anything going in will be enough, and the time ticks over. They didn't get it in there. Oh! Did they get it in there? They might have got the 5-point right at the end, but no, wasn't enough. Llama Record Co. on the defense says, lock it up. We good. Brilliantly done from them, and that's what I'm talking about. When you're sitting there on defense, you know exactly how long you need to keep them out, exactly what you need to do in order to take the victory, and no surprise there. The guys who are all about that apocalypse game mode during the creative trials, able to take home the very first match ever on Junkyard Juke.
That was well played. Valiant effort for everyone that participated in that run right there. And it was a close one. 150 points to the contender having 145. Just 1 point. One small radiator.
And this is what I'm talking about, where if you had one person who is running just 2-point props there and got their successful runs at the end, they would have it. That's 3 successful runs. That takes about a minute, and you could have collected it.
So go ahead.
Nobody opted to do it.
Maybe some of these guys need a little help here. Let's redo this. What would you suggest here, Sundown?
I don't want to say suggest, but I had an opportunity to play a decent amount of it. I'm a big fan of kind of adjusting based off of the scoreline. So if you're seeing you're able to consistently keep running 2-point props, get the guaranteed points. If somebody's playing really good defense and you're not getting 10-point props in, you need to pivot away from that strategy, because getting any points at all is better than none, and particularly if you waste a run on a dumpster where the entire time you're going and then you're stopping, and then you're going and then you're stopping. Eventually, even if you get all the way to the end, sometimes it's not enough, right? And then you've wasted that 35, 45 seconds, 3 rotations to get just there, whereas you could have grabbed the burger, grabbed the bucket, and ran the entire time, weaved around, trying to like catch a good area, as we saw with the statue, able to hide around a corner. So would love to see in the next match a little bit more, I don't want to say like determination going into it, but be a little bit more deliberate.
That's right, but let's go on and hear from some of the deliberate actions over with Zeke, down with our winners.
What's up, guys? I'm hanging out with the Llama Record Company. They take away the prop hunt 5-point lead. You guys locked it up at the very end. Hand of Blood, I'm going to start with you. And one person I want to call out specifically is this man right here, Svenos. Very tall, tallest man on the planet. It feels like this guy's a very good pick for your team. And I want to know why him, and then also why you picked these other two.
Yeah, I mean, I picked all those guys because this game mode is all about skill. There are no random things in it. You need good aim, you need decision making for sure. And Svenos, I mean, he's like a Spanner. He really likes Spanner. That's kind of the best city in the world. And that's why I picked him first, for example.
Okay, now Svenos, I'm going to put you on blast for a second because we've known each other quite a while. You know, I'd like to believe that your creativity is what allowed you to win. Let's think back to the time where you wore an entire green outfit and you danced and had a galaxy over yourself. Do you feel like that galaxy and that kind of creativity helped you get this dub?
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
I think people at home that watched, you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go over this way now. What did you think about that game? Was it what you expected? Was it different? Did it catch off guard? Were you ready to just jump into it?
It's enjoyable. Once you get the hang of it, it gets a lot easier. You just got to work out who's good at aiming, which team's on the tower, and after that, you're good.
All right, final question. Do you think you have what it takes? Are you gonna? Is the Llama Record Company going to be the team? You think someone else is standing in your way, or is it all you guys?
I think it's going to be all us, yes.
There you go. Man, a few words. That's all they need. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Best of luck going forward. Back to you guys on the desk.
Thank you so much, Zeke. Another brilliant performance there coming out of the Llama Record Company. We talked about their versatility. We talked about how quickly they pick up competitive matches. But this is what happened in the first set, right? They were there. They were confident. They're like, yeah, once you get it, it's easy. And then all the other teams immediately caught up. So it'll be very interesting to see if that same story from set 1 is what's happening in set 2.
Yep, that's right. Alex up there said it best. You know, he had the confidence. He felt good in those final moments. Hey, you know, once you figure out who's aiming, maybe just avoid him.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody is hitting all their shots, you need to take a different route. You can't go and continuously challenge them because, again, we talked about that. If you waste all the time to run through and the guy hits a lucky, or I don't want to say lucky blind fire, but a consistent blind fire through there, don't keep running that way. But like we said, this is the first time seeing the Junkyard Juke mode, and we talked about the prop hunt mode earlier, but you can play it live right now in-game. There's an LTN that's available only for this weekend. Let's check it out. Like we said, you can check that out live in client. It's an LTM that is available only for this weekend. And Monster, have you had a chance to play Prop Hunt?
Well, all week long now, I finally really got to experience the Prop Hunt. And before this, I kind of heard you guys talk about it. I was like, is that something I want to try out? But no, it honestly was very fun.
There's so many just fun moments, but the ability to then push it to a competitive level, these guys are doing great, but we're now going to get into match 2 of set 2. The second time you will have seen Junkyard Juke, and let's see who is able to push on. The match is about to start. Here we go, the creative finals at the Fortnite World Cup, set 2, match 2 of Junkyard Juke.
That's right. So in the tower, we have Ninja's team, the Little, Whip, Warriors, Taco, Gaz, Taldoc. We're jumping straight into their POV. So notice Ninja firing right through those blinds. He saw something moving back there. He's trying to pinpoint. What was it? He does, of course, track him down. Sport Turtle. Ooh, just a little pixel. You know, you stand out, you're going to get popped here.
He needs to make sure he's still watching his left-hand side, though, because there is a whole run on that corner right now where people would be able to come out, and now all of a sudden you see Alex JJ, Tyler, Ryan Fanta, MSYB all heading that direction. Nobody is checking that corner. He's checking it every now and then, but he's primarily aiming on the right, and right as I say that now, looks back on over as the rush comes through, but MSYB and Rubius are able to get in. Brilliantly done from them, getting the first points on the board as the Funky Fighters again are able to pull out to a decent lead.
What do you think? Would you rather be up in the guard tower first and kind of get that out the way? Or would you prefer to kind of jump in as a prop and get your points first?
So for me, it depends if I can get a lead. If I have a lead, obvious, I want to be a guard tower at the end because I'm very confident in my ability to just spam shots in the right direction because I know like I can find the sight line and all that. With that being said, if you can get in the guard tower early and you do incredibly well, it gives you the bonus. You know how many points you need to get. You know how consistent and fast you can run. And right now we're seeing a lot more 5-point props than last round. People consistently trying to get those in, recognizing, hey, they're a little bit quicker. People are finding their angles now. But as I say that Achim with the Sunshine Soldiers gets in that truck at 10 points going over to them, and 15 actually as a 5-pointer got sorted right at the same time.
That was perfect, yeah. And the Sunshine Soldiers had a great last run. Achin and his crew really pulled it together. They were at the top for a while there, but in those final moments, we saw the Chicken Champions take away and kind of break away. And now look, no surprise, Chicken Champs, they're feeling it. They found their rhythm towards the end of the last one. If they carry that over, this is going to be a close one.
Yeah, and you can see Carnifex hits the jump pad twice over there, doing everything he can to not get hit, and he does get the teddy bear in. Oh. 10 points going through, and Clytex gets picked right at the edge.
Right through the current. Taco is like, you know what? I'm going to check the close area. Look at how Chappie's doing it as well. He's actually eliminated 9 props so far, so he is really firing away here, trying to see if anyone's trying to make a mad dash while the curtains are up, and Sandy gets caught right there.
Good shot right away. 20 seconds left, so players need to start running if they're going. Good shots coming out from Trappy to get it there and get the reload off. Saw the truck over on the side, is able to pick that one up, and now is looking for the smaller props towards the side. Knew there was movement, just wants to fire it up. Only 10 seconds left. They should be able to get the defense, but there goes a bucket. Look at it.
Oh,
the cactus.
those are hard to hit.
There goes, able to pick it up just at the last second. Good attempt from Kutu, and you can see the points already coming across. Players so far sticking to their game plan. 5 and 10 point props all the way.
That is the way to go. Inch your way up and over to that victory there. But that was just the first round of 4 here. Round 2 is going to begin. What's going to happen now is, again, the guard tower is going to mix up. We're going to see new players in the guard tower, and then the other players that were previously in the guard tower back on the prop hunt floor.
Yes, you get 1 round in the guard tower, 3 rounds of running as the props, and you can see right away now you have the Funky Fighters up top, and the shots go out as soon as the blinds go down, not letting anything happen as the props march their way out of spawn.
This is fun right here. I love watching these trucks waddle about, really trying to find their way, and they see the light go to change, plant themselves down, and they were back out to the field here.
Yep, and desperately trying to avoid, there's no way. You're stacked on top of each other. Come on, you got to shoot one of the two. Shots are going towards it, but right now Zan trying to get that cuddly cute teddy bear into the incinerator. Not a sentence I ever thought I would say there, as the Archer is now doing everything he can. Hits the bounce target twice and is able to convert as Magma gets another good run and sneaks in under the shots of Dracius.
That's right. This is just getting closer and closer as we have a 3-way tie now. The Fish Fam, Llama Record Company, the Cuddle Crew, all at the top here, and it's still a very close game so far. Dan Yan right here from the Sunshine Soldiers, peeking around, using that camera angle, trying to see when it's time, wants to waste no time here. Bat, it goes down and off to the races she goes. But will it change? Yep. Actually, stops early too. Says, you know what, I'm gonna play it safe, I'm gonna stop before the curtain comes up.
And she has to be having a blast right now. She says one of her favorite things about creative mode is kind of the wacky and Waynian situations you get into, particularly like prop hunt. So this must be a game mode that she's doing incredibly well and enjoying herself in. As you can see there, her team is able to get a couple of props in there. Gotaga and Clytex try to make the final little sprint. Hand of Blood gets another 10 points over, as does Taco with a 5-point statue there. Scissors is hanging around on the side there. Will go through. No, I did not mean to call you trash. You just are a dumpster now, quite literally.
Quite literally, but the rage. I read the lips. He said, I was so mad. He got taken out right there. And I like this. Let's see how he decides. He's going for those 10 points, though. Notice he went straight to the right for the big objects. That's the risk.
That's what it was about. That's what happens. You need to be careful not only of the fact you're bigger, easier to see while you're moving, but you need to find a blank space in order to set down. Can't be clipping into anything else with 45 seconds remaining in round 2. And you can see Svetos a minute before the guard looked at him. He's like, I don't, I'm out. Right there. And right now, relatively top heavy. 70-70, and as I said, Fish Fam does get their 80th point, but Lachlan hanging out on top of the Rebel, 28 seconds left, does find an angle that
you know, he actually didn't park either. He just jumped on top of it. You know, I haven't been to this section here where all the vehicles are.
This is the section I'm talking about where you can grab a burger in a bucket, go out, and not expose yourself except for during one period. And as long as you either full run the time through or you opt to sit still during that time, then you're good. You will score literally every single run. It's just you have to be a 2-point prop and you have to go to that exit.
Oh, Dan Yen right there unfortunately couldn't push through in those final moments there. And that was round 2 of 4 as we are looking to get into round 3 next. So they can earn some more points. Every single set matters, right? Every game matters because there's a lot of prize on the line.
Yes, every single match is scored. The top 4 will receive a gradient of money going from $55,000 down to 20, and then you have the 4th through 10th all receiving 10. That prize is then decided who will receive the silver llama. The Funky Fighters currently have one, but who will be able to press with them?
Clytax, that vehicle is way too big, buddy. You can't just be trying to squeeze it behind that and not think someone's going to see the tail end of it. Here we have Bensor and Drakias close by one another. Bensor gets popped through the blinds there. And wait, so he's going to take a couple shots. He said, does this truck belong here? He did miss, though. Lucky for him. The bad aim and that moment right there is going to allow him to sneak that big 10-point. No! He gets taken out. Right there, that's no points for him. 10 is huge in this mode, too. It's very difficult to get a vehicle all the way through.
I mean, it's swingy, right? If you think about it, the last round was one with 150 points, right? So if you get a singular 10-point profit, that's not an insignificant percentage there. Like, that's going to be able to help your team, but you also need to set your feet there, as Kororo didn't hit the crouch button. It was like, I see you wiggling a little bit there. Yoink.
And there's Ninja, Ryan, Fronta, Chappie, many others still in the running here. Just kind of peeking around. You see Tyler shooting straight through the curtain. It almost looks like he's beelining his shots down the aisle there, trying to see if he can get anyone trying to exit out. Zan sees one pop up in the air, and I think he might have clipped that person out.
Nobody is watching that side.
Oh,
Fish Fam needs to communicate better right now. Nobody was covering that other side. We saw 2 teams able to get a decent run out, but right now, Llama Record Company still holding the lead, sitting at 100 points. But don't forget, Fish Fam are up on top right now, are the guards, which means they're not scoring points.
He's so fast. Ryan Fronta is so fast here with this prop. Even moving it, he doesn't care. He's going all the way for it, but he's got to watch for traps. See the fear? He's like, you know what? I'm not even going to risk it. I'm going to wait here, get the secure point.
So one important thing to notice, too, is Ryan is taking paths consistently that take him to the corner of the guard tower, because the corner provides you with a little bit of natural cover, and it breaks that sight line up. If you're only staring out in one direction, it's super easy to be like, no, that car was not there. I know it wasn't. If you're flipping back and forth across that corner piece, it just breaks up your field of view a little bit more, and it's that much harder to try and figure out what's actually going to hit.
That's right, and oh boy, is MSYB going to be able to sneak this huge chuck in? Oh, he actually hit something there. He's going to sneak it right underneath. Lucky for him, the shot did not come back in time. But just that big archery target was almost enough to kind of block him right there. Venos gets another large object in as well. That's another 10-pointer for the Llama Record. It was fully processed here, so now he's at 130. Can the Cuddle Crew hold the lead here, though? Can they secure it? All the Llama Record Company needs to not score right now, and they'll continue to kind of stay in the lead.
And you can see Scissors is hitting a ton of shots. They're trying to get the retribution as the guard, and now we're heading in to our final round of match number 2. So we'll see who the guards are, see what the stakes are, and who will be able to take that #1 spot. Again, first place, $55,000, and that much closer to Silver Llama #2. And again, we have the Cuddle Crew and Llama Record Co. up on defense. Let's check out that scoreboard. And Cuddle Crew, Llama Record Co., first and second. Who will be able to overtake them? And they are so close to 5 points separating. It's a battle for first and second now.
Yes, Lackland and the rest of his team are trying their hardest. They have to stop people from scoring. The Chicken Champions get up. They can just easily snag this away, but for now they know the Llama Record Company cannot. They can't take them over.
Ooh, I thought he was going to shoot that car. He knew it wasn't there.
Nice.
Finds the box right around the corner and then gets another one right after. Blind fire through the shade as Rubius is looking to post up there. Spanish YouTuber trying to find a way in, trying to lead his team, and they've overtaken the Llama Record Co. with plenty of time and are tied with the Cuddle team. Any singular point now will put the Chicken Champions as our match 2 winner. They need one prop.
That's right, they're so close here. Magma trying to hop on over. Who's it going to be for the Chicken Champions? Who's going to be?
Do you think they get a 2-point prop? They have the scoreboard in front of them. They know they need only that. Do you think they run one in, or do you think they stay with what they're doing right now?
Honestly, I think they're just going to stay with what they're doing. It's working. Why break the formula here? They have over a minute to do so. And just like that, they are going to sneak
that will
in
be
here.
it. Yes, brilliantly done. They're overtaking them. And now the question is, can the Little Whip Warriors get enough in to catch them? It's a 25-point spread, but you can get that. You have 4 runners. You can get that in a single run if you're well coordinated enough. Will they be able to catch up, or can the Chicken Champions edge it out and be our match 2 victors?
That's right, because the Cuddle crew is now bumped out. The Chicken Champions are holding it. Little Whip Warriors have scored, though. 1 minute left here. Uh-oh. Raven's Revenge coming up as well, as is the Fish Fam. This is actually getting closer than we would have thought. They're close to pushing out the Cuddle crew and the Llamas.
Yep, and Little Whip Ninja also getting the 5 points there. Will be able to overtake. Don't forget, you don't want to end up 4th to 8th. It's all about at least breaking into top 4 to get a little bit of the differentiation there in the prizing. But the Chicken Champions are pulling ahead. They're keeping that 25-point difference so far between the Little Whip Warriors. Little Whip needs to find a coordinated run with 10-point props in these last 30 seconds, or they're not going to get it. Meanwhile, Bensor running that statue in, trying to lock up everything he can for the lead, and he's being extremely patient with it. Taking a corner run, finding everything he needs to do. Little Whip does get a 5 and a 10, and they're still now only 20 points behind, but Bensor is going to be able to lock that one up from there. 5 points, 25, 15 seconds left. The Chicken Champions are sitting pretty.
Yes, that's right. If the Little Whip Warriors don't score big right now with all big props, it's going to be all over in 3 seconds. And it's not going to be enough here because the Chicken Champions, they actually pushed the lead even further.
Did you see what happened at the last second?
They did score.
No. Raven's Revenge grabbed the 2-point prop, hard ran all the way through, got it in, right? And then that pushed them from 4th into 3rd. When we talk about every little interaction mattering, that was it. But the Chicken Champions, one might be able to say that was excellent. They were able to tender defend that title for the match 2 victory and putting them in a good spot to contend for the set 2 Llama.
You can see the excitement there on their faces as they just realize, hey man, we got this. We're in the running here. The Junkyard Juke could be ours.
And you can see they're still talking gameplay right now. Like, they want to know, what can we do more? That play you did right there was awesome, but they want the next one because there's 3 matches for each one of the sets, and a win there would put them in a fantastic spot to get the 2nd Silver Llama. You need that in order to be in contention, and if they're able to split it up away and deny it from the Funky Fighters, field's wide open.
Yes, it's not over yet. That's just another team who takes a victory here, making it that much closer of a running so far. And we saw the Ravens Revenge kind of sneak up too. You need as many points as possible. The bigger the placement, the better the prize as well for the round. So you can't just give up either. You got to push it all the way to the final moment.
And hey, hats off to whoever's call that was on Ravens Revenge. That was a brilliant decision, showing exactly why you're able to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals, why you're playing on that stage. Those are the big plays, but again, brilliantly done from the Chicken Champions. Consistent runs, stuck to their statues, stuck to their routes, and took the corners. And now we're actually going to have a chance to talk to our Chicken Champions, the Match 2 champions. Zeke has them up there on the top floor. Zeke, what do you got for us?
What's going on, guys? I'm hanging out with the Chicken Champions, guys. That game was insane. Feathers were flying, and you guys clutched it up. Did you figure out the strategy? Because you guys were well and ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, we practiced yesterday, and everything is thanks to this guy. This guy always goes for the 10 points, always, and he always gets it. So thanks to you, man.
All right, then I'm coming to you, Mr. Carey. What was the strategy? How did you get the 10 points in there? Was it the same every time? Did you switch things up?
Yeah, go for the 10 points each time and do the same strategy, and it seems to work. So
So in this intense game of red light, green light, were you like stopping early, or were you just like going as far as you could go and then waiting for someone to spot you and stopping, or what was your plan?
I'm taking it very patiently.
All right, now over to you guys. What do you guys think of this game mode? Has it been everything you thought it's been?
Yeah, it's great. We had a game plan. We definitely did what we came to do, and that's what we expected. So.
Very well executed. You did not lay an egg. All right, final question for you. I want to give you the chance to tell the world, you know, all the fans something. What do you want to tell them?
Thanks for the support from Spain, for the other world, and my team is it's good in this mode, and will we win the next match?
There you go. The excitement is real. Gentlemen, congratulations. Best of luck going forward. We're sending it back your way.
Brilliantly done there from the Chicken Champions. Thank you so much, Zeke. They're excited to be there. They stuck to the gameplay. And shout out to Bensor. The one thing he was looking forward to on this trip, he wanted to play in front of a big crowd. He got that moment, running through, securing that for the Chicken Champions. And immediate El Rubius turned to him and was like, it's all him, man. He put the team on his back or put the team in his dumpster. I don't know. That normally that wouldn't be a good thing, but in this circumstance, hey, it worked out for him.
Yeah, another prop to Kyoto as well. The only, or one of two controller players here, you know, in the creative finals. So very nice of him to kind of represent for those guys as well. And again, just showing that he's got the moves out there.
He had the moves, was able to find the right angles, and now we've seen some developments from match 1 to match 2. Yep. What was the big thing that stuck out from you that was different?
And that last one, honestly, finally seeing someone pick up those 2-point props, right? Using those are points right there. But with that, we'll jump over to Bala. We'll take a fun look at some of the things that developed in our last few moments.
Thank you so much, guys. Yes, the Junkyard Juke is developing nicely. Everybody's starting to figure out what all the different tools and props they have available to them. So with that, we're going to hop into some of the tips and tricks that I've seen from the Junkyard Juke so far. We can roll the clip right now as all these players. The first thing I want to point out is there are these springboards. Unfortunately, Dan Yen gets picked out of the sky there. Not too happy about that. But moving on to Tomoya using the statue. This is one of the interesting scores I saw with the statue. Those higher point objects being useful. Scissors here with the springboard. The recovery and just barely doesn't get into the incinerator at the last second. And then here we have Tomoya, we have again, just an awesome run towards there, looking like a scene out of everybody, you know, crossing the street at the same time. Here's Dracius hitting some amazing shots through the black. And then he just continues shooting, just hoping that he can get a shot. This is the other team, the Cuddle Crew, doing the same thing, but then also synchronizing, making sure they have coverage on all angles. Finally, Tomoya made some amazing calls. We'll listen to them in a second, but this is what he did, always timing it perfectly so that he can get in and make sure that his teammates also go at the same time and make it into that incinerator. So we're gonna head and listen to what those communications were like from Tomoya and team. In this one, they made sure the countdown was perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I got 10. I got 10. We are both. We are both. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Oh, they kill me. If they don't kill me, I score 10.
Don't
1, 2,
Okay,
3,
I got 5. I
4.
got 5.
I got 10. No, he killed me.
Oh.
We are strong team.
Yeah,
I scored 0 in the second round. That's the problem.
I scored 0 in the first one, so
like
we are all close points.
There you go. The Funky Fighters, you know they won the first Silver Llama. We're going to see if they can win the next one. We've got one more match here on Junkyard Juke to go, and we'll see who will come out on top with the Silver Llama from this. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Bala, for that great breakdown. Listening in the comms, that's one thing I hadn't considered. I always just kind of like, yeah, it's going to come up now. But these guys all on comms talking, have one guy counted out. That guy's just like a metronome, make sure he has it on the dot every single time. Brilliantly done from them, but will they be able to take back that top spot? We've seen them do it. If they can grab that Silver Llama, they'll be in such a good spot. But right now, they aren't seeing the same success they saw before.
Yeah, you want to get the Silver Llama, but to get there, you got to make a new strategy. I think that right there, there was a lot of information in that bit right there. You kind of noticed the team synergy, and he said something very important in his interview there. Talked about being patient. You really have to be patient. You can't let the frustration get to you. You saw Scissors very expressive on the cam. Just, it's hard to get the point through, and that's what I talked about before this whole thing started. I said, trust me, this is a lot harder than you guys think. You might just, you know, oh yeah, I'll turn it into something and run it through. Nah, man, you're gonna get shut down.
But I mean, it's just like, if you think about it, it's the mental aspect that really comes with it. If you're able to frustrate somebody else, then they're that much more off their game. And these guys are all great at that, coming through from some of the Death Run qualifiers. It makes it that much harder. But thank you guys so much for joining us here. And again, don't forget, there is a fantastic, awesome event-specific merch starting here right now, today on the 26th. You can also get it on retailrow.com. Make sure you celebrate the event. Remember it, grab some from your friends, your brothers, your family, people who couldn't be here, and celebrate the first ever Fortnite World Cup.
Yeah, you saw some of your favorite pros and competitors here rocking that new swag. Definitely loving it. All types of collaborations going on here. I love it when Fortnite releases new gear, you know? This kind of allows me to always spice it up.
I'm always a fan of anything Fortnite swag. That's pretty much like 98% of my wardrobe at this point. I mean, love the logos, love the bright colors, but enough from us. Match 3, set number 2, the final one on the original version of Junkyard Juke before we see the remix later on. Are you guys ready?
That's right.
And let's begin. The first round is underway. Match number 3, set number 2. Who will be able to incinerate the props the most? Who will push out to the lead? And can anybody upset the Funky Fighters who took that first lobby? You need to make sure they don't get this one here. And basically, everyone's first place.
Yep, and you can see there, Taldeck did land a shot straight through the curtain. Very nicely done. Another kind of lane, right? You want to look at your lane, see which lane is available to you that's easy to maneuver the objects you want to bring through. Clitex, for example, here is using a bear. There are no bears in this section, but he says, you know what? It's all good. I can sneak this around.
So the big thing with the bear, though, that you don't really consider is the coloring of the background. You're in the junkyard. You're a little bit in one of those desert biome situations. There's a lot of kind of muddle grounds and oranges around there. It makes it that much harder to stick out. However, if you if you're grabbing the snowman, you're just really flexing on everyone. It's like, yeah, I'm a snowman. I'm a snowman in the desert, and I'm going to score on you.
That's pretty hilarious because, you know, we haven't seen anyone pull out the weird objects in the back end for good reason. There are a couple other fun ones back there. If we get a pan around later, you'll probably notice a big old snowman or something like that. But with all this money on the line, there's no way anyone has time to play around like that.
You can't play around because every single one of those runs matters. And right now, we see Sunshine Soldiers swapping over. They've already put in 2 2-point props, so need to be slightly more efficient on those runs, but good job getting on the board and consistently. And as we say that, 5-pointer goes in. Boom, they're ahead of the Funky Fresh, who have had a singular 10-point run. So trying to get every possible point. It's all about min-maxing efficiency.
Honestly, the Little Warriors are doing a great job at defending here. They all have a ton of eliminations. Taldeck at 6, Taco at 5, Kaz and Ninja both tied at 7. That is pretty good. They're shutting down all of their lanes. These guys are not here to play. Remember, as you're a guard, you don't accumulate any points, so it's good. They're knocking this out the way, and they're doing a great job defending.
Keeping them out, making sure you find the right lane angles, and then also sometimes just putting shots out in the right spot. You just need to be able to consistently deny as much as possible. And Taldeck, that was sick!
I was like, are you behind that? Yep, what's that? Didn't see that there before, didn't see that either. Taldeck doing a good job so far, spotting things through the curtain. Let's see if he can find another here with a random shot. Oh, something landed. That's why you don't want to hit those spring traps there.
They make it so difficult when you're a larger object coming back down because it's just so much motion on the screen. When everything else is still, if you see that thing falling through, like, it's an easy shot. And particularly for all of these players up there. I mean, Gotaga and Crew, everyone on Raven's Revenge, him, Magma, RTA, and Chappie, all have been able to hit their shots. And then, I mean, Little Whip Warriors is a team of hit your shots.
That's right, and there it is. Last opportunities to make a point have just concluded, and that was the first round. There are 4 of these, so we're going to switch up the guards now. Little Whip Warriors get a chance at, you know, trying to earn some points, and as do the others. The next round will begin.
That dragon's so cool. That's so cool. Look at that.
Almost looks real.
Yo, shout out to the observers. That shot right there, that's really cool. Big fan of it.